Good evening, everyone. We would welcome you once again for another season of Laurel Highlands football here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Tonight, along with Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, we present the South Union Township Sports Network. Tonight, via tape delay, the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands will host the Washington Prexies here at Mustang Field. Hello, everyone. This is Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank, Jerry Dupay on the camera, and we welcome you aboard for tonight's high school football action 2019. The South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring the supervisors, Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, and Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, CUTV with Gary Smith in charge. Once again, Gary Frankhauser, along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay, and we'd like to remind you that tonight's football game will be the 30th year of the South Union Township Sports Network. We'll be bringing you these actions again for the 30th year. The first LH televised football game was in 1989, and that was with Uniontown at Arford Stadium up there in South Union Township. The rest is history. Jerry Dupay has been here for the entire 30 years, and we're just honored, Rick and I, to be a part of this 30th year for the South Union Township Sports Network. We'll be right back with these starting lineups right after these messages. Year 30 on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Every person who's been injured, when they come in, has an expectation that their case is important, and it is to us. We take these cases very seriously.
So that experience that we have is unique also because we have experience in these communities, in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg, in these court systems.
You don't have to go to Pittsburgh to be represented by attorneys who don't know their way around your community.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank. Here's Rick with your starting offensive lineup for the Washington Prexies.
Thanks, Gary. Well, for the Prexies, Zach Schwartz is back. He's a senior, 6'2", 195, 2,200 yards passing last year, one of the top 10 in the WPIAL. The fullback, number 25, Michael Allen, a junior, 6'1", 205. Dylan Asbury was their leading rusher last year, number 20. He's a senior, 6 foot 205. Tight end, number 12, Asa Charnick, junior, 5'10", 165. Wide receivers, Caleb Jackson, senior, 5'10", 160. And the hot receiver, Zamir Robinson, number 1, senior, 6 foot 175. Across the front line, left tackle, Cameron Carter-Green, sophomore, 5'11", 270. Number 55, Chase Mitchell is the left guard, senior, 6'5", 321. Center, number 54, Gerald Comedy. He's a senior, 6'3", 295. Right guard, Zachel Marshall, number 77, senior, 6 foot, 295 also. And on the right tackle, number 56, Zach Doman, junior, 6 foot, 315. The front line is going to be dominant tonight.
Absolutely, Rick. That's your starting offensive lineup for the visiting Washington Prexies under former Albert Gallatin graduate Mike Bosnick as head coach. We'll be right back with the starters for the Mustangs right after this. You're watching the South Union Township Sports Network.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
Welcome back. Here's your starters on offense for the homestanding Laurel Highlands Mustangs under first-year coach Rich Colasar. At wide receiver, senior Keandre Cook, wearing number 8, 6 foot, 165 pounds. At slot, number 25, Robbie Slater, a senior, 5'8", 145 pounds. At running back, Riley Bosley, a senior, 5'9", 195. At quarterback, number 2, Tyler Christopher. He's also a senior at 6'1", 225. At the other slot, freshman Rodney Gallagher, wearing number 3. He's 5'11", 195. And at the other wideout spot, number 1, Daniel Izzy. He's the senior, 5'10", 170 pounds. Across that front line, tight end number 5, Jacob Popson, a senior, 5'9", 205. At left tackle, number 51, Tanner Slavic, a junior, 6'3", 245 pounds. At guard, number 50, Anthony Stepich, a senior, number 50. 5'10", 240 pounds. At center, number 76, Gary Gardner, also a senior, 5'11", 270. At right guard, number 61, J.W. Price, a senior at 5'11", 255. And at right tackle, number 66, Joey Conley, a senior, 6'1", 270 pounds. A lot of beef on the offensive line for the Mustangs also. It could be a battle in the trenches here at Mustang Field. And we'll be back with the coin flip and the opening kickoff here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Welcome back to Mustang Field. We're just about ready for high school football action 2019. Here from Mustang Field, the Mustangs hosting the Washington Prexies on the lid lifter. Here come the captains for the Mustangs. Number 66 is Joey Conley. Number 2 is Tyler Christopher. Number 50 is Anthony Stepich. And number 61, that is James Price. Try to pick up the numbers for Washington. Looks like number 6, that's Zach Swartz. Number 54 is Gerald Comedy. Number 2 is Caleb Jackson. And number 1 is Zamir Robinson.
Gerald Comedy and Tyrell Dunn.
Referees going over the final instructions.
Looks like the Mustangs won the toss, Gary.
And they will receive. Going left to right on your TV screen and radio dial, the Mustangs in the all-red uniforms, white helmets. Washington in the baby blue pants, white shirts, and dark blue helmets. Will be kicking off right to left.
Looks like the wind is going across the field from the Washington side to the Mustang side. Not probably
steady
5
breeze.
to 10. It's not heavy.
Mustang return team coming out. Looks like going deep for the Mustangs. Number 3, Rodney Gallagher. No. Number 6, I'm sorry. That is Miguel Brumfield. 3 deep for the Mustangs.
Laurel Highlands deep to receive.
That is 3. That is Gallagher back there also.
Daniel Izzy.
And on the far side, it looks like Slater, Robbie Slater.
Kicking off for Washington is number 5, Chance Cohen.
Kicking off for Washington, number 5, Zach Schwartz.
That's Chance Cohen doing the kicking. Short, high kick, taking it to 35-yard line. Buddy up, man. He just goes to one knee. Not sure why he did that. Very conservative there. Number 23 with the catch, Ronnie Romesburg. But good field position for the Mustangs to start, as the kick was very short and kind of to the side. Looked like one of my wedge shanks, Rick.
Didn't look like he caught that one square like one of your shanks.
First and 10 on the
Mustangs are going to have to move the Prexy defensive line. They're a pretty hardy bunch there. Most of them are around 300 pounds, so probably have to do something to counter that.
3 wides to the right. With Christopher behind, it's going to be a speed sweep already. A flag on the play. This is Gallagher. Makes one man miss. He's in the open field, and he's going to take it out to the 48-yard line. Let's see what the flag is. Might be an illegal formation, Rick, is my thought. It's going to be called back.
Well, Gary, there was a block in the back that wasn't called by Keandre Cook.
The flag was thrown right at the snap, so I'm thinking that's an illegal formation. That's false start.
Illegal procedure,
and that's exactly what it was, and that
5-yard penalty
eliminates a 12-yard run there by Gallagher. That's going to set up first down and 15 now as the Mustangs go backwards on the first play.
Ball now spotted on the Laurel Highlands 28-yard line.
Well, the fact that they got a 12-yard gain is a good thing, but the fact that it was called back is not.
3 wide to the left this time, and it's going to be right up the middle. Christopher taking it himself. He's going to get ahead for a few yards. Taken down there at about the 32-yard line. Look like in on a tackle there, number 24 for Washington, Amari Miller. 2nd and 12.
Pickup of 3.
Pass out there in the flat now, trying to get a man in open field, but good gang tackling is going to be a loss of a couple yards there. On the reception, number 20 for the Mustangs, that was Riley Bosley.
Number 20, Riley Bosley.
That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, bringing up 3rd down and 14. Mustangs go no huddle.
3rd down and 14.
Now another false start. So the Mustangs a little ragged here early. False start's going to move them back again. another 5-yard penalty will set them back to 3rd and 19.
Gary, on that sweep, the Mustangs are going to have to hold their blocks. They didn't hold them very long, and that's why Bosley got knocked back a couple yards. 3rd and 18.
Sidecar for the
timeout Washington.
Wow. On a 3rd and 18.
1 minute into the game.
That's really kind of a wasted timeout there for Washington with 3rd and 18. 11 minutes to go, no score. We'll be right back here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Laurel Highlands.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Go ahead.
Here we go, back after the timeout called by Washington. 3rd and 18, trying to hold field position are the Washington Prexies. Out of the shotgun with the sidecar is Christopher. As a man in motion, that's Slater, and looks like Washington will go offside this time. That's going to be a quick 5. Good hard count there by Christopher.
Offside.
That was number 77, Zachy Marshall.
5-yard penalty.
He jumped.
That's going to bring up back to 3rd down and 14.
Ball now spotted on the Laurel Highlands 30-yard line.
Mustangs have 1 yard of offense on 2 plays. Lots of penalties.
Another penalty. Wow. Very sloppy here early. That time jumping on the right side. Number 8, that's Keandre Cook.
Against the Mustangs.
So give 5, take back 5.
I don't think sloppy would begin to describe this. Both coaches have to be frustrated.
5 penalties in only really 2 official plays run. Christopher back, try to go deep down the sideline. Has a man. It's Gallagher. He's going to be stepping out of bounds. It is going to be incomplete. Stepped out of bounds before he was able to pull it in. Nice play and catch there by Gallagher. Christopher to Gallagher, left-handed it out there, but just a little unaware of the sideline there. Stepped out of bounds, brings up 4th down. Wow.
Gallagher had Michael Allen beat, and he was wide open. There was a safety back there, but
he would have been gone with the speed that Gallagher has.
And Robinson back.
It was a nice touch pass.
For Washington.
Gallagher's just going to have to be more aware of that sideline.
Now, just a freshman. Short snap. See if he gets it away. He does. A short tail dragger of a punt, and that's going to hit off a Prexy. Mustangs will drop on it. I think it went off one of the Washington.
Did it hit a Mustang first?
Let's see what the call is.
I think it hit a Mustang, then a Prexy, but I don't have a whistle.
They're going to bring in the defense, so it looks like you're right, Rick. Boy, I think we look at that on replay. I think that hit one of the Washington players first. They're saying no, it hit the Mustang player first, so Washington takes over in Mustang territory at the 46-yard line.
Jerry will have a replay on slow motion on that.
Not what you want to do if you're the Mustangs. Give this field position to Washington early here in the first quarter. Just 10:52 to go. The Mustangs only able to take about a minute and 10 seconds off the clock. Snap, and there's a sweep to the right. All kind of room out there to the right side with the run around the right side. That's number 20, Dylan Asbury, and he's going to pick up 13 down to the 33-yard line. So Asbury on the student body right, inside handoff there by Swartz to Asbury, gains 13.
Brumfeld was the first defender back there to have an attempt on the runner, but he whiffed on that. He just wasn't able to connect.
So 1st and 10 at the Mustang 33-yard line now. Bunch to the left for the Prexies. There's a snap, the same play this way now, and more room out here to the side, but better pursuit this time. A good tackle, short gain that time, in there to make the tackle for the Mustangs.
He's down.
Looks like number 28.
20.
On the tackle there, was Burchick, but number 20, Asbury's down on the play, a little shaken up. And
he was their leading rusher last year, Gary. They can't afford to not have him.
His knee. He's not getting up quickly, and he's holding on to his knee. So with that injury, we'll take an injury timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Back right after these messages. 10-12 to go in the first, no score.
Turn to the experts. Fayette Furnace Company Incorporated, serving the Tri-County area since 1920, the area's oldest and most reliable heating and cooling contractor, specializing in Carrier equipment. Employee owned and operated, choosing Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier not only gives you over 200 years of experience, but gives you the experts to help you solve your home's comfort needs. Call Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier to solve your home comfort needs today. Call 724-438-5400 or look up Fayette Furnace Company on the web at FayetteFurnaceCompany.com. Turn to the experts, almost 100 years of serving the Tri-County area. For more information, call Mike at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400 for Fayette Furnace Company.
$10-12 to go in the first, no score. The Mustangs took the opening kick, and what looked like a big gainer on first down by Gallagher was called back by a penalty. Then on third down, Gallagher caught a long one down the right side, but he was stepped out of bounds before he caught it, so the Mustangs had to punt it away. Washington now in Mustang territory at the 31-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Injury on the last play to the Washington Prexies key running back, Dylan Asbury. He limps off, and we're just about ready to resume action here. 2nd down and 7 on the Mustangs 31. Back to you, Brian.
Laurel Highlands 31-yard line.
This is Swartz. He got room on the right side as blockers. Looks like holding out there. Nothing called, but he is drilled out of bounds. Gain of about 4 on the play. Didn't pick up who made that tackle, but
Brumfield made sure he finished that play.
And Zach wasn't going out of bounds. He was just kind of looking for an opening, but gain of 4 is going to be 3rd down and 3. We'll give Swartz 4 on the carry, but the ball down now to the 26-yard line. Clock stopped as the tackle was made out of bounds. Got 2 receivers to the near side. One splitting now out way to the outside.
That's Jackson, number 2.
And it's a fake, and here comes a sweep. On the outside, cuts in and makes his way around the outside, and he's going to be tackled at about the 22-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down, and I think he has it by a yard. Rick gets the sticks. Needed 3, got 4.
That's the wide receiver, Robinson.
And Robinson picks up the first down at the 22-yard line.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Not bad pursuit there by the Mustangs, but just unable to bring him down before the sticks.
Robinson's a versatile player.
The clock stops again, out of bounds. Twin receivers to both sides now this time for Washington. Look for them to go downfield here on first down. Swartz with a sidecar to his right. And his fakes it, going to take it himself up the middle. Swartz powers his way inside the 15 to about the 10. Flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. So Swartz made his way right up the middle on the fake sweep. Burchick on the tackle. And here's what the call is going to be.
Could be a holding on the inside.
Or a face mask on the Mustangs. It is holding on Washington. Good call, Rick.
Holding against Washington.
That play had high potential. It looked like the old guard pull play.
Off tackle for the quarterback, yeah, and he's a big kid.
Ball will be spotted on
Swartz comes in at 195 pounds as a quarterback.
First down and 12.
First and 20 now. Well, it's 1st and 12. I'm sorry. That was from the point of the foul, so it only goes back to the 24-yard line. Swartz now barking out the signals. Quick pitch out to the right. Some room out there, but good pursuit and tackle that time. From the inside. Let's pick up who made that play there.
Looks like Gerald Michaud and Izzy.
4. Nice tackle there. That's going to be a loss of about a half a yard on the run there by... Try to pick up who that was, number 10, I believe.
Yeah, Izzy sliced straight through the line, found a gap,
Isaiah
was able
Edwards
to pull him down.
Carry. 2nd down and 13. Look for Wash to go to the air here.
Watch Robinson on the left side.
Swartz, he has room, and blockers in front. That looked like a clip in the back, and it is a call. So Swartz is out of bounds and don't need a late hit. And they do not get a call, but that was, oh, wow. A late flag. That might be on Washington also for taunting. Let's see. We definitely have a block in the back right there at the 18-yard line. And I'm not sure what the second flag was all about, but we'll find out here in a moment.
Check the monitor.
8:53. What do we got? Block in the back against Washington.
Good call, Gary.
And let's see what the second call is.
They're picking the flag up.
The first penalty is an illegal block in the back.
There's a flag down here at 11. Let's see, personal foul against Washington also.
Is a personal foul.
So that's going to push them way back. That's going to be a total of 25 yards on that penalty.
Neither coach can be happy about the way this is playing out the first quarter. Gary, we're not even halfway through.
We're not even 4 minutes in. So
the ball now spotted on the
had a lot of clock stoppages here early. That moves it all the way out to the 43-yard line, and I think that's still going to be 2nd down.
2nd down, 31.
It is 2nd down and 31. This is something the Mustangs have to take advantage of, not let the Prexies recover from this. Their swing pass out to the side, and he's going to fall down. Good pursuit again, and that was out there to number 8, Tayshawn Levy.
Number 66 put the pressure on him.
66 with the pressure for the Mustangs, and that is Joey Conley. 3rd down and 31.
Laurel Highlands 46.
I saw 8 also, Gary, but we don't have an 8 on the roster.
Yeah, we do. For it's
3rd down and 32.
It's number 9, Tayshawn Levy. If I'm Washington, I might quick kick here, Rick. They're going to throw out a screen out here to the left side and try to get a man in the open field, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds. And there's going to be a little bit of extracurricular activity. Samir Robinson with the catch, but he is way short of the first down to the 32.
Under the 31, that's a 15-yard pass to Robinson.
Gain of 15 on the play.
It's going to be 4th down and about 20.
Yard line.
They might as well go for it at this point. What do you think, Rick? It looks like they are.
Yeah, there's no kicker.
No use punting it. Would only gain about 11 yards punting it if you kicked it into the end zone. So 4th and 21. Big play for the Mustang defense.
Looks like Robinson's on the near side.
They're going to try to pull him off. That's what they're trying to do. Now he's going to go straight back, looking. He's going to send it over the middle. It's going to be picked off by the Mustangs. Good interception. Might have been better off to knock it down, but you got to make that catch, and that's number 4. Gerald Michaud with the interception. Turnover for the Mustangs. They'll take over at the 22-yard line.
Wow, is the sideline charged up? The crowd's charged up. That was a weak pass for Swartz. That was not
his normal laser that you're used to seeing out of him. But it took out a long time to find somebody to try to throw it through. The Mustangs had good coverage.
And they had Robinson triple covered down here on the near side.
So now the Mustangs will need to try to do something here on offense without a penalty. Inside handoff, and there's some room around the left side. That's Slater, and he's going to get nice yardage out off the left flank out to the 39-yard line. Gain of 12. Slater for the first down. 7:52 to go here in the first.
Gain of 11 on the play. That's good.
Mustangs will now set up with 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left in the slot. They're going to be the same play this way. Now another good block by the Mustangs, but looks like not much room now for Gallagher, but he's going to cut it back, cut it up the field, spinning and turning all the way out to the 49-yard line.
Close to a first down.
Gallagher made a lot out of nothing there. Cut it back up, and we're going to have a stoppage of play with the helmets coming off. A little bit of extracurricular activity, but Gallagher's going to come off the field because his helmet comes off. He's required to come out of the game for at least one play.
Well, you notice, Gary, that Coach Colasar is not running plays right up the middle. They're sweeps, they're counters, because
get away from that beef up the middle for Washington. Now we got another penalty, illegal procedure against the Mustangs.
66 raised up.
I'm not sure why that's second down. I guess it's second and an inch. But now it's going to be second and 6.
66 raised up before the snap.
Now what's the call?
Illegal procedure.
I think that's what it is, but they're moving the sticks for a first down. Well, they forgot to move the sticks on the last play. That's what it was. And that was exactly correct. That was a first down play, not a second down play. So now it's going to be first and 15.
Correction. That last play was a first down.
That's all right. Give him the first down on the second play. So we're going to give Gallagher 10 yards on that last carry, Rick.
44-yard line.
First and 15. Clock now running. There's deep again. He's wide open. Nobody on him. That's going to be to the 20, 10, 15. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Touchdown, Cook.
Keandre Cook. Nobody picked him up down the right side. Goes in from, let's see, 51 and 56-yard pass, Rick. 56 yards on the pass from Livingston to Cook. Mustangs on the board with 7:28 to go here in the first.
That was an impressive deception. Gallagher stayed looking for a wide screen, and they faked that, which left Cook wide open. The corner bid on that, came up, and Gallagher was all alone. Cook was all alone. Great play, great call.
Layton
great
on
pass.
for the extra point. Good snap, kick is up, and it is good. Layton's kick good. Mustangs take the lead 7-0 with 7:28 to go here in the first. We'll be right back here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Esophageal reflux affects 20% of Americans and can lead to heartburn, regurgitation, chest pain, and difficulty swallowing. Reflux is caused by stomach contents passing a faulty valve and entering the esophagus. Ulcers and precancerous tissue can then form. Offer the latest testing and treatment for reflux disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
We're back, just about ready for the kickoff by the Mustangs after the dynamic pass and catch 56-yard play from Tyler Christopher to Keandre Cook down the right sideline, wide open, makes the catch at about the 25-yard line and takes it untouched into the end zone. Kick by Zach Layton is good. The Mustangs on top, 7-0, 7:28 to go here in the first, guys. Teeing it up for the Mustangs is Zach Layton with the run up. Here's a kick. Nice line drive kick. It's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line. Right up the middle. Looks like a seam there. The safeties are going to have to bring him down, and he takes it all the way out to the Mustang territory. That's number 2, Caleb Jackson on the return. Big return from the 15-yard line all the way into Mustang territory at the 45-yard line. So once again, Washington will start their offensive attack in Mustang territory.
Well, Layton was the one that slowed him down. Nobody really touched him as he went through multiple Mustangs. Nobody even got a hand on him until Layton did get a hand on him and slowed him down.
Not what the Mustangs wanted to see after scoring that first touchdown. To have the Prexies right back in Mustang territory. Swartz in the shotgun. Sidecar to his side. Switches to his left. That's Jackson. Going to go deep now to pass out here in the flat. Open field tackle, nice tackle, but nice gain also on the play by number 9. That's Tayshawn Levy.
Complete to Levy.
Tackle on the play there by
Burchick.
Christian Burchick. The
pickup of about 6.
Pass play for 6.
Second down and 4. Football
Swartz to Levy. Second down and 4. Once again, twin receivers to both sides for Washington. Calling out the signals. Swartz. He'll get it out into flat now and out there quickly to make a tackle, but doesn't able to wrap him up.
It was Brumfield that had him.
Brumfield had him.
Stopped by a host of Mustangs.
On the catch there, who was that? Number
5.
Number 5, that's Chance Cohen. So a gain of 3 on the play, 3rd and 1. So pass there by Swartz to Cohen for 3. Sets up 3rd down and 1. Looks like Washington likes to get the ball on the outside also, Rick. There's handoff inside. They got him in the backfield. Can they bring him down? They do. 3 Mustangs on the pursuit, 70, led there by number 70, Lorenzo McFadden.
And 1.
Gerald McShow and Daniel Izzy. A loss on the play of 1 is going to bring up 4th down and 2.
4th down and 2. Ball on the Laurel Highlands 37-yard line.
Rush on the play there by Zach. That wasn't Swartz. I think he handed it off inside. That was Cohen on the carry. Fourth down and 2. Another big defensive play here for the Mustangs. Look for Swartz to take it himself. No quick pitch out. This is number 9, and he'll have the first down and more. Trying to break tackles in Mustang territory. Finally brought down at about the 15-yard line. That's number 9, Tayshawn Levy. Took the quick pitch to the right by Swartz and was able to gain the edge on the Mustangs.
Looked like about a 25-yard run.
Taking it down to the 15-yard line. So big 4th down play there by Washington. Keeps his drive going.
1st down and 10 for Washington.
See if the Mustangs can hold him here.
Clock should be started. I'm not sure why the clock hasn't started, but it hasn't. Swartz now had a man that he thought he was going to get it to, but now he's going to scramble. Looking, throws it in the end zone, and over the intended receiver, caught by a Prexy in the end zone. I think that's number 26. That's Brandon Patterson. There's a flag. Let's see what the flag is.
Looks like it's against the Mustangs.
Well, I'm not sure. There could have been illegal men downfield on that, Rick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is legal men downfield. And that's going to be call that touchdown back. So that kind of a scramble might result in that illegal men downfield. So the Prexies shoot themselves in the foot after a touchdown. We'll have to push it back 10 yards, I believe.
That was an incredible pass.
That's only a 5-yard
penalty. It was right.
Yeah. That's hard for any defense to stay in touch with those receivers for that long a period of time.
He threw that ball 35 yards in the air, and he had 2 receivers right there.
1st and 15. Inside handoff. Notice the Swartz. Nobody out here in front of him. Good fake. He's going to take it down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. taken down there by Gallagher. That's going to be a first down for Washington at the 5-yard line. 16-yard run there by Swartz. Great fake inside, and he had nothing but green turf in front of him as he came around that left side.
He did a nice job of waiting and setting his blocks, letting his blockers set up. And there was a lot of green space out there for him. Very patient runner.
So now I'm not sure why the clock's running. He was out of bounds, but we'll see. First and goal at the 5. Up the middle, it's going to be a push by Swartz, and he's going to take it in from 5 yards right behind that huge offensive line for Washington. Just follows that center and left guard for Washington. That's Chance Mitchell and Gerald Comedy for Washington, and he was on his feet the entire 5 yards into the end zone for the Washington touchdown with 4:20 to go here, still in the first quarter.
He has 5 freight trains up front, Gary. Why not do that?
Exactly.
If you're within 10 yards, that would do the, I don't even know if it's a sneak.
Chance Cohen now on to try the extra point.
Kind of a straight-on looking kick. Low.
What happened?
But it's good.
It's good. So with 4:20 to go here in the first, it's now Laurel Highlands 7, Washington 7. We'll be right back here on the South Union Township Sports Network. We're back here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Teeing it up is Cohen after the 45-yard drive by Washington after the 40-yard kickoff return set the Washington Prexies up in Mustang territory. 2 long runs by Zach Swartz for the Prexies, a 16-yard run and a 5-yard run for the touchdown. Ties things up at 7 here. And the Mustangs will look for this short kick again. He kicks it a little bit deeper this time, down to about the 16-yard line. Good speed up the middle. Now, can he break his way loose? No, that, I believe, was Slater.
25.
It was Slater. Nice quick run off the left side. Gets the ball out to the 38-yard line.
Looks like tackled by Tyrell Dunn. Pretty good hit. But Slater got some nice yardage there.
Mark that at the 37-yard line of the Mustangs as they take over here 1st and 10. Christopher in the backfield again for the Mustangs, has 2 wide receivers out here. They're going to go out to the flat. Good pass and catch. Good pickup on 1st down. Let's see who that was out there.
Number 1.
That's to Izzy. Veteran receiver for the Mustangs, had a lot of catches last year, picks up 9 on that play. Give him 8. Went out of bounds at the 45, 2nd and 2.
45-yard line.
Now Christopher, he's going to go to the air again, has a man out there again. Does he make the catch? No, he does not. He dropped it. So that was Izzy again.
Pass intended for Izzy.
So the same play, just a little wide that time. Izzy unable to make that catch. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They're trying to set up and you're going no huddle. Gallagher was wide open deep on the right side, but they're trying to chip away.
Just need to get the 1st down here. Little fake of the sweep. Here comes Christopher. Pass out here. That's going to be almost picked off. Read perfectly by the Washington defense. Number 9, Tayshawn Levy. And that's a case of going to the well once too often, Rick.
Broken up by Levy.
Run the same play 3 times in a row.
He read
You're
that no
pick
huddle.
that up. Now they're going to go for it on 4th down and 2 from their own 45-yard line. Wow.
45-yard line.
Big risk here by Coach Colasar early in the 4th quarter, and it's going to be he's not going to make it. Not going to make it. Wow. Christopher tried to take it right up the middle, and he's going to be short.
He ran right into Isaiah Edwards.
Short of the line of game.
That's going to be a measurement, I believe. We're going to have to. Oh, they're going to give him a good spot. Let's see what happens. They're going to measure the down. I think he's short. From our vantage point, it looks like he's about 3 inches short, Rick. That's my prediction.
Right there.
It doesn't matter if it's a yard short. On 4th down.
There's a stick.
I didn't think he had
a favorable spot, no doubt about that.
I didn't think he was close to that.
Here's the measurement on your screen.
Jerry zooming in there.
Oh, more than 3 inches, 6 inches. So turnover on downs, critical for the Mustangs as the Mustangs went for it on 4th down and 3 from their own 45-yard line.
37-yard line.
Unable to pick up the first down.
Gary, we've been at this game for 35 minutes, and we're just only 8 minutes into the game.
Mustangs only had that ball for 20 seconds. So once again, Washington for the 3rd time will start in Mustang territory. This will wear out a defense. Good tackle that time at about the 43-yard line.
It was Keandre Cook on the tackle.
Keandre Cook with the one-arm tackle. Who was that runner, Rick?
I think it was
Levy.
Levy, number 9.
Yep.
2nd down.
Picked up 3.
2nd and 7.
Levy has 36 yards on the night so far in the first
Clock now
quarter.
running. We're under 3.5 minutes here in the first. That's Levy again, and he's going to break tackles down the right side, just carrying Mustangs inside the 25-yard line to about the 24. And Brian, the Washington Prexies have been in the Mustang territory the entire first quarter. After the Mustangs scored on that long pass play, the ensuing kickoff was taken back 40 yards into Mustang territory. 5 plays later, it was Zach Swartz going in from 5 yards out. The kick by Cohen was good. It's tied at 7, but Washington is driving again in Mustang territory after the Mustangs turned it over on downs at their own 45. Inside handoff. This is the fullback this time, just carrying Mustangs. And I think that was Michael Allen, number 25 with the carry.
Yep.
That's who that was. And he's going to pick up a good 7, maybe 8 yards on that first down carry.
Allen on the carry.
Give him 8. 2nd and 2.
Dropped by McFadden.
Clock running now with 2:26 to go here in the first. I backfield now for the Prexies, going to the power game, switching things up here now with the fullback and an I backfield.
That's what I would do, Gary, considering that
they're going to wear these Mustangs out. And here's a pitch out to the left, and good pursuit, and looks like some good blocking out in front there. And they're going to be a first down inside the 10 now. Flag comes in late. It's going to be against Washington again, I believe.
Yeah, it's a late flag and it's behind the play.
Wow. That's going to be from the point of the foul, and that's going to be at about the 12-yard line. So that's going to push them back 10 yards, back to about the 23.
From the 17, it looks like.
Yeah, so that's going to go back out to about the 28-yard line and be 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, Gary, there'd be no reason to go to the air the way that their ground game is. They can And they block so well.
And I'm not sure why they're not using the inside game a lot more either, because that couple plays that they've run inside, the Mustangs were pushed backwards. Tight lineup now with the I backfield. And there's a handoff again. This is Levy. Gets through some arm tackles, and he's going to take Mustangs inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. He might have a first down, Rick. He does. That's inside the 15 to about the 12. That's going to be a 15-yard pickup.
Gain of 15.
Down to the Mustang 13-yard line for a first down.
That gives him 60 yards on 7 carries.
The Mustang defense has been on the field way too long here in the first quarter, Rick.
First down.
Well, they can't stop them until they start tackling. They're going to see
they also have to
large dose of this.
Pick up some first downs on the offensive side.
Absolutely.
Swartz inside to the fullback. Nice play there inside, and making the tackle there, number 70, Lorenzo McFadden, at the point of the attack, limits that to a minimal 1 or 2 yard gain that time by the fullback, Michael Allen.
That was a carry. Stopped by McFadden.
Let's give him 1.
And Hart.
Second down and 9. We're under a minute. Finally, here in the first quarter, Rick.
1 minute to play.
This might be the longest first quarter we've been involved with.
Double-digit penalties between both teams.
Swartz. Hands off to the right side, Levy, and he's going to be inside the 10 at about the 7, and he's not brought down till he gets inside the 5-yard line. He might have a first down. So that's Levy again, and he's going to be inside the 5. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
And there's another 6.
Gain of 7 on the play, 3rd down and 1.
See if Washington gets another play off here in the first quarter. They might let it run out. Down to 14 seconds to go here in the first, but they might get this last play off.
This is probably going to be a keeper by
the same play. Might as well run it. There it is. They're just going to push the Mustangs into the end zone again from 5 yards out. Another 5-yard run by Swartz as he just pushes the Mustang defensive line straight ahead for 5 yards. So as the first quarter expires, last play, Washington takes a 13-7 lead. Extra point to come. You get 5 yards every time you do that, Rick. You don't have to do much more. Cohen on for the extra point. Good hold, good kick, knuckled it, no good. Pushed it to the right.
Wide right.
That's the end of the first period of play.
That's the end of the first. It's Washington 13, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Direct your attention to the track in front of the press box, where the cheerleaders have a very special greeting. We would like to welcome back Mr. Barry Rosner.
Is that extra loud or is he extra loud?
I'm on.
Welcome back, Barry.
We're back here with a welcome back to the voice of the Mustangs, Barry Rosner, coming back from serious medical issues, and wish nothing but the best for Barry Rosner.
Thank you, man.
And we'll be right back.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
We're back with second quarter action as the teams change sides, and the Mustangs will be going right to left now here in the second. Kicking off for Washington once again will be Cohen.
Girls varsity soccer team will begin play on.
Mustangs have shown the ability to move the ball, but too many penalties and a turnover on fourth down. and not able to
First game begins at 9 o'clock.
pretty much stop the Washington power game. Going with the run-up. Line shot. This is going to be Slater again at about the 15. He's going to cut it up the inside, go to the outside, and carry tacklers out past the 40. Great run there by Robbie Slater as he takes it out to the 44-yard line.
Nice 30-yard return there for Slater. Little spin move at the end to pick up an extra 5.
This is the best field position that the Mustangs have started with at the 44. Mustangs quickly to the line.
First and 10.
They've been running a lot of plays without huddle as they have 3 receivers out to the right. Sidecar beside Christopher to his left. They fake the handoff. Now it's on the turf, and Christopher's going to have to fall on it. I think he lost it. I don't know.
Could
not hold on to it.
No, it looks like he had it.
Nope. It's Washington ball.
Okay.
He had it for a second, but it scored it away again. So just one play, and the Mustangs turn it right back over to Washington.
Well, Gary, it looked like he was indecisive there about whether to let Slater have it to go wide right or to keep it and go up the middle.
You're exactly right. As he
and Slater didn't know what to do.
Right. I think that was Bosley trying to go out to the right side on the belly run, and he just pulled it out late, and the ball went on the turf. He tried to fall on it, but it scored it away, and Washington was able to fall on it now once again in Mustang territory at the 45-yard line. This is not good for the Mustang defense. Here's a handoff. This is Levy, and he's going to be hit at the point of attack. Great play that time by the Mustang defense.
23
That's Ronnie Romsberg leading the attack there for the Mustangs, along with number 5, Jacob Popson. No gain on the play that time for Levy. I think that might be the first time that he did not have positive yardage on a run, Rick.
No, his first run was -2. He slipped on the
you're right. I
back
forgot
at the
about that
50-yard line or something like that. But with the other 66 yards he has, it's easy to forget that.
So the clock running now. It might be a delay of game here. It looks like the Washington's taking way too long to get this play in. They might call a timeout, and they do.
Well, the other thing is, Gary, that the 25-second clock is not working here tonight.
We'll have to watch the back judge for that, as he would raise his hand with 5 seconds to go for the play clock, and they waited for that to happen and called timeout. With 11:01 to go here in the second quarter, it's Washington 13, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Mustang Field with the Fayette.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
Washington coming out after the timeout. 11:01 to go here in the second. Washington working after the turnover by the Mustangs. One play, the Mustangs on their last possession after the nice return by Robbie Slater out to the 45-yard line. It's 2nd and 10. Back goes Schwartz. He'll send it deep. That's a lob up in the air, and that's going to be knocked away nicely there. Just get up there and get back in the huddle. Get back in the huddle.
No, we don't need that.
Absolutely not. You made a play. Get back in the huddle. Chanel Thomas, give him a lot of credit. Made a nice play, but you're losing 13-7. Get back in the huddle.
Well, the other thing is, Gary, I was pretty sure that they were going to throw a flag on that.
It was close to being interference.
He wasn't looking at the ball. He wasn't looking toward the ball, and there was some little hand slapping going on.
I love the enthusiasm, but Do not need penalties.
Don't cost your team that way.
10:55 to go. Back again goes Schwartz. He's going to run it out to the left side now. He's going to tuck it and go. Makes one tackler miss. Second tackler gets him, but that's going to be about a 6-yard gain. Tackle out there on the left side. I believe that was McFadden, or no, I'm sorry, Nick Lowe.
Tackled by Conley.
You know what that
Conley
play,
on the tackle.
You know what that play was, Gary? That was good downfield coverage. He had
You're right.
nowhere to go with the ball, and he had to scamper left. And, I mean, he did make 6 yards out of it, but that was good downfield coverage by the Mustang secondary.
And you wonder here why Washington just doesn't run the ball right up the middle, 4th and 4.
They might just do that.
There's a pitch inside, and there's nowhere for him to go, but he's going to cut back, and he's going to get the first and more. Inside the 20, just turns the speed on, cut back into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
By Robinson.
Zamir Robinson took the pitch inside from Schwartz. The Mustangs had it bottled up on the right side, but he just cuts it back, makes people miss. Goes in from 39 yards out with 9:59 to go.
Cohen to attempt the point after touchdown.
Here in the second. Cohen on for the point, but they might go for 2 here. Let's see.
Correction, Washington will go for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to go for 2 here as Schwartz will come up under center. He might just push it straight ahead again. Pitch out to the right. They're going to throw back. And there's nobody out there but a Mustang defender. And does he get in? He does. Wow. Nice diving completion of the play there by Chance Cohen. I'm sorry, that was Levy.
To Schwartz. The conversion is good.
Or was that Schwartz on the throwback?
9 minutes and 59 seconds to go.
That might have been Schwartz on the throwback. We'll have to look at that again, but I think that was Zachary Schwartz on the throwback, making
it was him,
making players miss for the 2-point conversion. So that adds on for Washington and now makes it 21-7 after the Mustang turnover. 9:59 to go. We'll be right back with the kick after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Important for people to know that we represent injured people to the best of our ability, and we've been successful doing that. And I don't say that to have people come to see us because we have been successful. I say that because it's true, and it's important.
Another important aspect is the experience that we have is local experience in the court system in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Here we go again. The Mustangs looking to try to get a little more consistent here, eliminate the penalties and the problems that they've caused themselves. Now trailing 21-7. Robinson with the 39-yard run on the inside pitch. Schwartz on the throwback pass for the 2-point conversion.
Looks like it's Keandre Cook, Robbie Slater, and Brumfield back to receive.
Short kick down to the 21-yard line. This is Izzy, and he's going to be brought down by 2 Prexies.
25 and
number 45, it looks like.
Yeah.
Blake Hart on the tackle.
And 88.
And 88.
Hey, Gary, one thing I notice when Washington tackles, there's 2 people usually tackling at the same time. They're not necessarily arm tackling, but they're 2 guys tackling. It's definitely a group tackle.
There's speed to the ball, no doubt about it. Here we go, Mustangs now. 1st and 10 at their own 32. Christopher will go deep. He has a man. That's Gallagher. He tried to tip it to himself. Wow. Athletic play there.
Intended for Gallagher.
Well,
good defense.
5'11", and the athletic ability that Gallagher has and his jumping ability, I'm not surprised that he would try to do that. But Christopher looked off, looked to the right, And he drew some defenders a little bit and then tossed it to Gallagher.
Robinson on the defense. Here's Christopher again. He's going to be hit hard as he throws it over the middle to no man's land. No one in the area. Pressure provided up the middle there by the Washington defense. That looked like number 55, Cameron Bradley, among others, in there providing pressure on Livingston.
I think he was looking for Keandre Cook up the middle, but he couldn't step forward and throw the ball with any force.
Once again, the Mustangs not taking any time off the clock. He's incompletion, stop the clock. There's a screen pass in the middle, a lot of room this time, but he's not going to get the first down. Wow, good open field tackle there by number 24 for Washington. That's Tro Mickens.
First pass complete to Slater.
Slater with the catch, but he does not get the first down. And once again, it's 4th and 2, and the Mustangs are going for it again. It's almost a must make on 4th down here for the Mustangs if they want to keep Washington off the. And he's going to make it this time. He's going to make it this time. That's good push ahead there by the Mustang offensive line, and Christopher on the carry for the first down. Give credit inside that time to the Mustang offensive line. Slavic, Stepich, Gardner, Price, and Conley, as they were able to allow Christopher to pick up that 4 yards for the first down.
I don't think the Prexies were expecting that.
Slater, now what we got? Mustangs had already started the play, and the official looking up at the clock operator to start the clock, and now they're going to have to.
Well, he didn't ask for the clock to be started, did he?
Yeah, he blew the whistle, but the Mustangs has already run the play. After the first down, clock would restart on the set of the flag. Here's Christopher. He's going to try to gain some good yardage on first down, and he does, close to the 49-yard line. That's going to be about a 7-yard pickup.
Stop by Miller.
So this is what the Mustangs need. Gain some first downs, take some time off the clock, keep that Washington offense on the sideline.
Laurel Highlands 49-yard line.
This is Slater now. He'll get the call. Try to go around the right side, and he'll push ahead close to the first down.
I think just short.
Give him 3. He's short by about a half a yard. It's going to be 3rd down.
Tackle short of the line of gain.
So give Slater 3. Mustangs quickly back to the line.
Down and 1.
They need to snap it right now, but there's an equipment issue now with Washington, and that's going to slow things down temporarily.
Well, that's too bad, because number 77, the nose tackle for Washington, had his hands on his hips. Marshall.
Yeah, they could have easily snapped it quickly and gone right up the middle.
Well, it wasn't a timeout.
No, I think they had to call a timeout because of the equipment issue.
Oh, yeah, it looks like they're working on Robinson right now.
Yeah, so that's going to be the last timeout, I think, for Washington in the half. 3rd and 1, 8:09 to go here in the second. Washington on top, 21-7.
They did not assess them a timeout.
They did not.
Must equipment issue, you would think.
Now Christopher's going to come up under center, take it for the sneak, and he's going to have the first down. Good spot all the way out to the 45-yard line. Inside Prexy territory at the 45, so Christopher pushed ahead for 3 on that one.
Stop by Allen.
You know, Christopher has 15 yards rushing. They've been valuable 15 yards.
There goes Christopher again, and he's going to be hit from behind that time, but he drags tacklers ahead. Look like number 71 for our 72. Marshall had him from behind, but he drug him ahead for 4, so a good gain on first down. Tough to keep track of this, and now coming around the left side, this is Slater. He cuts it inside, has a blocker in front of him. Nice blocking out in front that time by number 8 for the Mustangs. Give credit there.
About a 9-yard run there for Slater and another first down.
Keandre Cook with a block, and there's a Prexy down at the 41-yard line. Got another injury timeout as the Mustangs have a first down at the 32-yard line. So that'll stop the clock temporarily for an injury timeout. 7:25 to go here in the second. We'll take an injury timeout. 21-7, Washington on top here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Campus is a
Here we go. Back from the injury timeout. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the 32-yard line. 7:25 to go here in the second. Official gives the ready to go, and this is going to be Livingston again off the right side. Really nowhere to go this time. Clogged in the middle there. Effectively by number 77.
55.
That's Marshall.
on the tackle.
No huddle.
Gain of 2 that time. 2nd and 8.
Looks like the Mustangs are trying to take advantage of maybe the
inside handoff this time is Gallagher. He has nowhere to go, and they're going to lose about 4 on that play.
Mishandled
that play just didn't look good from the get-go. They had a little bit of confusion on the handoff, and that allowed the Washington pursuit to grab him in the backfield before he had any opportunity to get into open field. So 3rd and 11.
Cohen came in unblocked.
They're going to go to the air now. Pass over the middle, had him open, and just underthrew it. Intended inside to Izzy.
For Cook, incomplete.
Welcome in the listeners on WMBS. 6:33 to go here in the second. Washington on top, 21-7, having taken advantage of a turnover by the Mustangs in Mustang territory, resulted in a 39-yard run by Zamir Robinson for Washington. A 2-yard throwback pass to Swartz for the 2-point conversion has it 21-7. But now the Mustangs are driving with 6:33 to go. It's 4th down and 11 at the 34-yard line, but it's going to be offside on Washington. That's going to make it a little bit easier. The Mustangs have gone for it on 4th down 3 times in their own territory, turned it over all 3 times. This time they're in their own territory. 4th down and 6, trailing 21-7.
4th and 6.
There's a pass out here to the right side. That's going to be an incomplete pass.
Joey Conley, the offensive lineman.
Intended for Joey Conley.
Dropped that
Conley
pass.
tried to get a little razzle-dazzle there by the Mustangs. Did not work, and that's going to turn it over again. But this time, at least it's in Washington territory with 6:29 to go. A little bit of a sustained drive there by the Mustangs. Picked up several first downs, but now the defense has to get back out on the field and try to keep this at a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Christopher actually, Gary, on that pass, he did a nice job. The defensive lineman or linebacker came in unblocked.
He was wide open. If he makes that catch, he goes for the first down.
Christopher did a nice job flipping it over the defender, but Huey just couldn't pull it in. I'm sorry, Conley couldn't pull it in.
I'm not sure what the holdup here is now, but a lot of conversation going on.
TV timeout, commercial.
They're going to push him back, maybe.
We're trying to decide, I don't know, trying to decide where the ball was going to go.
I think that's what happened. The chains had moved and they didn't have the spot correct, so now it's 1st and 10 at the Washington 29-yard line. Mustangs need a turnover. Here's Swartz. A lot of poise up there. He throws it deep, has a man open. That's Robinson, and no call. Good play out there. Did not cause the interference. I think that was
Schwartz really got hit.
Trying to look who that was back there defending.
Intended for Robinson.
Schwartz took a lick on that
Izzy,
play.
I believe, back there on the defense, but Schwartz took a shot on that one.
There was a guy crossing wide open at about the 50-yard line, but
good pressure by the Mustang defense.
Washington 34-yard line.
But Schwartz was looking down the sideline the whole way.
Robinson is his main target, no doubt about that. Mustangs threatening blitz. They do bring the blitz, and here's a pitch out to the outside. Good play.
Good
working
tackle
off
there.
the block there. And that's number 7.
Picked up a couple.
That's Chanel Thomas. Nice defensive play there by Thomas as he played off the block and makes the tackle. Beautiful defensive play. 3rd and 9.
Gain of 1. Ball now spotted on the Washington 31-yard line.
I hate to jinx the Mustangs, but the one thing that I've noticed in this game is that except for the one misstep handoff there to Slater, no turnovers by the Mustangs. That's a good sign. That's a good change.
Schwartz looking over the middle, slant pattern, has his man, and they can't keep him from getting the first down. Wow. Big pickup of the first down on the slant pattern inside, and that was caught there by
Cohen.
Who was it?
I think that was number 5, Cohen.
Cohen on
Yeah.
Cohen on the catch. That's a 11-yard pickup on 3rd and 9.
Gain.
First down for the Prexies. Now out to the 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
Big play there for the Prexies to keep a drive going with 5:10 to go here in the second. A lot of time. Back goes Schwartz. Screen out to the left, has blockers in front, and another big play now into Mustang territory. That's Robinson, and he takes it from the 42 of the Mustangs down to the 42 of the Prexies, down to the 41 of the Mustangs. So that's a
19-yard pickup.
Yep, 17-yard pickup. 19.
Gary, when you come back on with WMBS, game will be on Sunday at 6.
I think the Laurel Highlands Mustangs are going to call timeout on defense. They do call timeout. This defense needs a blow. We'll take a blow here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Be right back after this timeout. It's 21-7, Washington on top.
Kickoff is at 7.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
after the timeout. Washington 1st and 10 at the Mustang 41-yard line. Fakes it inside. This is Schwartz right up the middle. Has all kind of room, and he is drugged down after a 15-yard pickup into the Mustang defensive backfield. Touchdown saving tackle by Slater, but nice 15-yard pickup by Slater on first down.
Pickup of 9.
Schwartz has 49 yards on the ground and 53 yards in the air.
And it'd be a real momentum builder if the Mustangs are able to keep Washington out of the end zone here at the end of the second quarter. But power game has been unstoppable so far.
Yeah, I expected them to go to the air more, but the running game's been effective.
Inside handoff and dragging tacklers for about a 3-yard game, having been hit in the backfield. That's
Levy on the carry.
That's Levy.
That's number 11. Carson Doman.
Stopped by a host of Mustangs.
3 Mustangs on the tackle, but a gain of 4 or 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. Clock still running inside. 4 minutes to go here at 3:53 to go in the second. Ball sitting at the 23-yard line of the Mustangs. Quick pitch to the right. Blocking out here in front. There's a flag on the play and brought down.
Holding.
Another nice play out here by
He's hurt.
the Mustangs, Chanel Thomas.
He's down, Gary.
Another Prexy down
the running
on
back.
that carry.
Number 9.
That's Levy.
That's Levy, and
Levy on the
they
carry.
already have lost Dylan Ashbury, but now another Washington Prexy on the turf hurt, and that is Tayshawn Levy, as Washington is facing a 2nd down and 7 at the Mustang 23-yard line. 3:35 to go here in the second. Washington trying to add on to a 21-7 lead, having pushed the Mustangs down into their own territory once again, picking up a first down on a 4th down play in their own territory. And let's see what happens with this injury, as the Washington player looks like he's going to get up without assistance, and let's see, might have been just a cramp.
I think he fell on the ball right on his chest. I don't know if he got the wind knocked out of him or...
Could be, but that was a flag on the play that time also, so we'll see what the penalty is. That might push Washington back, and I believe it is. It's a holding call on Washington, so that's going to push him outside the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line, facing down at now a 2nd down and 16.
Gary, that approaches about 20 penalties between these two teams in the first half.
It has not been a very clean first half, that's for sure. And we've had a ton of clock stoppages, which has extended this first half for a very long time. Now, 2nd down and 16. Schwartz in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, sidecar to his left. He's going to go straight back. Looking. He's going to throw it deep, high, lofted pass down there, and what's the play?
2 defenders.
Incomplete. 2 defenders back there for the Mustangs. I think one of them was Slater, and I'm not sure the other one might have been Izzy. I believe that's who it is, but the Mustangs.
7, Chanel Thomas, and number 28, Christian Burchek.
Pass was intended for Cohen. Broken up right at the pylon in the corner of the end zone. So the Mustangs dodge a bullet there, and now Washington faces a 3rd down and 16. Clock stopped at 3:23 to go here in the second.
Burchek was playing center field. That was a pretty easy play for him.
Back goes Schwartz, has all day, looking, gets it out here in the flat, wide open in the flat. Try to make players miss, and that was
number 26.
Completed to Brandon Patterson.
Brandon Patterson on the catch out here in the flat. He's going to pick up about, let's see, 6 or 7 yards. No, give him about 8. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 6 at the 21-yard line. So 2:54 now on a running clock. 4th down and 5. Mustangs have not been able to stop Washington on 4th down yet this evening. And here deep in the territory again, one more chance to stop a drive late here in the second.
Looks like Mario Griffin's back to help block.
Inside hand, a reverse. There's a reverse, and he's wide open, and that's going to be. Oh, that could be a hold there. No call, no flag. Wow, looked like a habeas grabus, as we have heard from many times from Tunjilkin, but no call on the reverse, and he'll take it all the way down inside the 5-yard line to about the 1, first and goal.
Number 5 for Washington, Chance Cohen, did a full
just
grab.
Tackled him. I think that was Thomas out there. First down at the 2-yard line. Now the clock's going to run with 2:24 to go and sets Washington up again for another score here late in the second.
This is a predictable play. They're just going to bulldoze up the front.
There he goes. Swartz right up the middle, and he'll push it into the end zone for the
they haven't
no
called
call
it.
yet. There it is.
There it is.
Touchdown. So
That's
from 2 yards out, that's his 3rd touchdown. Swartz, and all 3 of them have been straight up the middle, right behind that huge offensive line for Washington. So Swartz adding on to his point total with 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion. Makes it 27-7 with 2:06 to go here in the second quarter. Cohen will be on to try the extra point to add on to the 20-point lead. Mustangs not able to get off the field on 4th down once again. Beautiful call there by Washington, though, the reverse, and it looked like it was going to be stopped by the Mustangs. They had players out there on the left side trying to contain the reverse, but
Cohen's kick is good.
unsuccessful. Cohen's kick is good. 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the second. It's Washington 28, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network and WMBS Trib Live Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Welcome back on the South Union Township Sports Network. About to be rejoined by WMBS, setting up for another kickoff. Kicking off for Washington will be Chance Cohen, teeing it up at the 40-yard line.
Thomas
to be the 5th kickoff for Washington.
To receive, Cohen to kick for Washington.
So the Mustangs need to try to do something here. 2 minutes to go in the second. A little roller now, and that's on the turf, but fell on nicely there by a Mustang front liner. That's number 22 for the Mustangs.
Cohen's kick.
Max Rockwell fell on that one, so the Mustangs will have it at the 47-yard line, their own 47. Still 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go. They've shown the ability to strike quickly with the speed of Gallagher, Izzy, and Slater on the outside. Christopher sends 3 receivers out to the right, a protector to his right. Washington in a prevent defense. Here's the pass out and through the hands of
pass intended for Izzy
as he was looking for the stand-up screen out to the right side. Just goes through his hands. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
You know, this is an interesting offense. Coach Colasar is trying a different offense than they have been using, and that Christopher was not a quarterback before. Slater was a backup. So this is an interesting series.
Left-handed Christopher now gets a pass to the right side, and that's going to be Keandre Cook, and he's going to move ahead for about an 8-yard gain into Washington territory at the 45-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Mustangs quickly to the line. 1:45 on a running clock. Christopher steps inside. He's going to try to take it himself, and he's not going to make it.
I don't know if he even got to the line of scrimmage.
He got about a half a yard on that. It's going to bring up 4th and 1.5 for the Mustangs. Clock running now inside a minute 29.
Stop by Marshall.
Might see the same call here, and I'm sure Washington's looking for the same call. They got some beef right there in the middle. No doubt about that. And now offside, that's going to give the Mustangs.
Tyrell Dunn.
So good hard call there by Christopher. Picks up the first down for the Mustangs and stops the clock with a minute 16 to go. Push it 5 yards ahead. Get up on the line. Get ready. The clock will start on the referee's signal.
Against Washington. 5-yard penalty.
The Mustangs had some receivers open early in the game, Gary, and
back goes Christopher. Looking deep. Has a man down there. Can he catch in front? No, it's intercepted. Washington with the run back down the left side, and he has some room. Can they bring him down? They do, all the way out to the 48-yard line. With a minute still to go, not what the Mustangs wanted. Put the ball back in the hands of the Washington Prexies with still a minute 3 to go. That ball was in the air for about 45 yards, intercepted down at about the 8-yard line. Try to pick up the number of that interceptor. I think it was Robinson. He went up high in front of the Mustang receiver, which I believe was Gallagher.
Gallagher probably could have played better defense on that and attempted to knock that out.
It's tough to pick up these numbers here in the twilight, Rick, on both teams.
Catch the monitor.
So Swartz now probably going to look deep right away. Here he goes. He's got a man out here in the flat. It's going to be caught, and this is Cohen. He's going to be out of bounds at about the 39-yard line to stop the clock with 55 seconds to go in the Mustang territory at the 40-yard line.
13-yard pass for a first down.
And Washington's not letting the clock run, that's for sure. They're going to go try to score again.
13. First down and 10, ball on the
clock stopped at 55 seconds ago. Big, quick pick up of 15 yards there by Washington. Swartz now 5 yards behind the center in the shotgun. Gets the snap, goes straight back. Eyes pressure. There's another screen pass. Nice play, but still on his feet. The Mustangs now swarm tackle. Caught there by number 26 for Washington, Patterson.
Complete to Brandon Patterson.
And he is
Laurel Highlands.
Brought down back at the 46-yard line, so that's a loss on the play of 6. He had the ball inside the 40-yard line, spun away from a tackler, but went backwards, and the Mustangs were able to tackle him back at the 46-yard line. So Washington takes their final timeout with 43 seconds to go. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the second quarter action here at Mustang Field. It's Washington 28, Laurel Highlands 7 on WMBS, Trib Live Sports Network, and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Turn to the experts. Fayette Furnace Company Incorporated, serving the Tri-County area since 1920. The area's oldest and most reliable heating and cooling contractor, specializing in Carrier equipment. Employee owned and operated, choosing Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier not only gives you over 200 years of experience, but gives you the experts to help you solve your home's comfort needs. Call Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier to solve your home comfort needs today. Call 724-438-5400 or look up Fayette Furnace Company on the web at FayetteFurnaceCompany.com. Turn to the experts, almost 100 years of serving the Tri-County area. For more information, call Mike at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400 for Fayette Furnace Company.
Back quickly. Washington didn't take time on that timeout. They just went over, got the play, and came right back. So trying to catch Laurel Highlands off balance. Back goes Swartz. He's going to take it himself. No, now he's going to throw it deep. Has a man down there. It's going to be caught. No, dropped at the 5-yard line. Good battle by both sides. That was Slater battling with Robinson, I believe, down the left side.
That was just an exciting incomplete.
Absolutely. Remind our listeners on WMBS that the South Union Township Sports Network will have this game televised at 6 o'clock on Sunday. That would be Sunday the 25th at 6 o'clock.
And also YouTube.
On Channel 17. Also on YouTube. South Union Television on YouTube. 3rd down and 16. 35 seconds to go. Swartz still in the shotgun, has twin receivers to both sides. Mustangs playing a little bit deeper. It's 3rd and 16. Long count. Just gets it off. Now Swartz on the quarterback draw, and he's going to be brought down by 2 Mustangs. Number 65 for the Mustangs.
Number 4.
Timeout by somebody.
And number 4, Michaud and
another timeout.
Aaron Huey. Laurel Highlands calls timeout now with 4th down and 16. We might see the first punt by Washington.
I don't even know who the punter is.
Laurel Highlands 46-yard line.
I don't know that they know how to not go for it on 4th down.
And if you get your 50-50 tickets out, we'll give you that winning number here. If you have this number,
30 seconds to go as the Mustangs call timeout. We'll keep it right here and see what happens here as the second quarter comes to a conclusion. Mustangs scored first with 7:28 to go in the first quarter. A 56-yard pass from Tyler Christopher to Keandre Cook. The Zachary Layton kick was good, made it 7-0 Laurel Highlands. But the ensuing kickoff was brought back by Washington into Mustang territory. So with 4:20 to go, a 5-yard run by Swartz was the first touchdown for Washington. And he has done that 2 more times to give them the lead, 28-7. 4th down, they're going to go for it. He throws it over the middle, wide open, and he got it inside the 20-yard line. Wow. The Mustangs cannot get off the field on 4th down. That was number 2, I believe.
26.
26. Brandon Patterson quickly to the line.
First down.
46 to the 16, 30 yards.
Wow. 4th and 16. They convert again. 20 seconds to go now. Back goes Swartz. He's looking. He's going to run it down the left side. He has blockers in front. He gets out of bounds at about the 4-yard line with 12 seconds to go, and that'll set up the pile driver up the middle. Wow.
It was a 12-yard pickup there.
12-yard pickup down to the 2-yard line. 28-7, and this is a 1 minute and 3 second drive, 16-yard pickup on 4th down, setting up Washington to add on to an already 28-7 lead.
That gives him 63 yards rushing, Swartz.
Swartz will go in the shotgun this time, surprisingly. He's going to throw it over the middle, slant pattern, good for the touchdown.
Number 6.
Completed to Chance
Five.
Number 5, Chance Cohen with the slant pattern for the 2-yard pass from Swartz to Cohen. Makes it now 34-7 as Washington adds on. Wow. Mustang defense just cannot get off the field here in the first half. With 9 seconds to go, Cohen will come on to attempt the extra point. Steps off his 3 steps. He's a straight-on kicker. You don't see that very often. High snap, gets up there and kicks it, and it is no good. Off to the right side, so that's a second miss by Cohen. With 9 seconds to go, it's Washington 34, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be back with one more kickoff here to end the first half right after these messages on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives And the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Back here on the South Union Township Sports Network with just 9 seconds to go. About to be rejoined by WMBS for the final 9 seconds of this extensive first half. Laurel Highlands took an early 7-0 lead, but it's been all Washington since then. Here's the kick. It's a little looper down the right side. It's going to go out of bounds, so Mustangs will be the beneficiary of an out-of-bounds kick.
Kick is out of bounds.
And move it up
Procedure penalty
to the 35-yard line.
There's a penalty on the play.
Against Washington.
That's the out-of-bounds kick. Puts it at the 35-yard line.
At the...
So with 9 seconds to go, no time runs off the clock on that play, on the kick. They'll take it at the spot that it goes out of bounds, which was the 36-yard line. So they gained a yard on that. Mustangs will come out with one last play here to end the first half. Unless it's an incompletion, then we'll have a few more. Washington in a complete prevent. Now they bring the blitz. There's a pass down the right side, and it's going to be knocked away with 2 seconds to go. Intended out there on the right side. I believe that's Slater. Try to pick up that number. Really tough to pick up these numbers. It might have been. I think that was Cook. That's Keandre Cook.
Broken up on the far side by Griffin.
You know, Gary Levy's certainly stepped in where when Asbury got hurt.
And here's the last play of the first half. Another one down the right side. It's going to be picked off, I believe. And this could be a run back. Here comes Washington down the left side. He's got blockers in front of him. He could go. And he does, all the way down to the 10 inside, and he's going to be, wow, tackled at the 5-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle. I'm not sure who that was that made the tackle, but give him credit.
Number 20, Bosley.
Bosley made the tackle at the 5-yard line on a return of about 65 yards. It looked like he was definitely going to take it all the way back, but a touchdown saving tackle as the first half of play ends. It's Washington 34, Laurel Highlands 7. We'll be back with halftime activities both on WMBS and the South Union Township Sports Network. Welcome back to Mustang Field. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank, Jerry Dupay on the camera for the South Union Township Sports Network. 30th year of coverage by the South Union Township Sports Network. It's halftime, and Washington leads 34-7 over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Rick, looked good at the beginning as the Mustangs took the ball and moved the ball a little bit. Did have a lot of penalties early, but did take the first lead at 7:28 to go. A 56-yard pass by Tyler Christopher to Keandre Cook put the Mustangs on top 7-0 with the Zach Layton kick. But since then, it's been all Washington. At 4:20, a 5-yard run by Zach Swartz after a 16-yard run. Cohen kick was good, made it 7-7. Swartz again from 5 yards out after a turnover by the Mustangs. Cohen kick was no good, made it 13-7. The 9:59 mark, still in the in the second quarter, it was Robinson, a 39-yard run when it looked like the Mustangs had him wrapped up, changed directions, went all the way around the left side for the 39-yard run and score. Then Swartz took a throwback pass from Robinson to go in for the 2-point conversion, making it 21-7. Another 5-yard run by Swartz made it 28-7, and right at the end of the half, with 9 seconds to go. Swartz to Cohen for the touchdown. 2-yard pass, kick no good. 34-7 halftime, Rick, and I'm sure the stats are identical to the score.
They might be a little bit worse, to tell you the truth. Swartz was 7 for 14 for 98 yards. He had 63 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns. And receiving for the Prexies, Levy had 12 catches for 75 yards. The Prexies had 345 total yards, 245 on the ground. For the Mustangs, Tyler Christopher had 71 yards in the air, 20 yards rushing. And the leading receiver for the Mustangs was Keandre Cook with that 56. He had 64 total yards with that 56-yard touchdown. The Mustangs had 111 yards total offense to 345. You know, a lot of that time was used in penalties, and Mustangs just couldn't hold the Prexies back.
That's for sure. The power game by Washington has shown its prowess, and the Mustangs have not been able to sustain any kind of offense. And the time of possession is vastly in favor of the Washington Prexies, as the Mustangs have been going a lot with no huddle to little success. They made a couple drives, but turned the ball over on down several times. And Washington has been successful on every drive that they've had, have not had to punt, and they do lead 34-7 at halftime. With that, we're going to send it to Brian and Steve over at the Uniontown Red Raider Bill Power Stadium for their halftime activities on WMBS. Welcome back. It's time for second half action here at Mustang Field with the Prexies in command, 34-7. Laurel Highlands will have to kick off to start the second half.
Laurel Highlands will kick off to begin the second half.
Layton to do the kicking for the Mustangs. And they'll have to allow the Prexie offense to take a possession to start the second half, and the Mustang defense has not been able to slow down the Prexie offense. Teeing it up. Here we go, second half action. First game of the season for both teams, week 0 here in the WPIAL, and there's the high kick coming down at about the 15-yard line, rolls backwards to about the 5, and breaking through, but not for very much, is the return man for Washington. That was, let's see who that was.
Return.
Can't pick up his number.
Making the initial hit.
Looked like number 7, Tyrell Dunn, on the return. And that will give Washington the ball at their own 13-yard line.
Washington 13-yard line. First down and 10.
Worst field position of the game for the Prexies. Just underway here in this second half, as Swartz will bring out the Prexies in an I formation, power formation now for Wash High. And he's going to go straight back and try to go deep. Gets it out. Nice pattern there by Robinson, as he went down 25 yards and did an out at the 35-yard line, and that is a big pickup on first down from the 13 out to the 35. Give him
bounds by Gallagher.
22 yards on the
Gain of 22
pass.
on the play.
That was a great pattern, as you said. And Gallagher, Patterson took a hard step, and curled back, and Gallagher didn't have the experience to watch him.
He just didn't want him to get beat deep. Easy for me to say. Now they run up the middle that time. That's number 25, the fullback.
Allen on the carry.
That's Michael Allen on the carry for Izzy on the tackle for the Mustangs. 2nd and 9. Washington up by 27 as we start the second half. First possession of the second half. 2nd down and 9.
2nd down 9.
Robinson to the near side. Jackson to the wide side. Under center now is Swartz. Goes straight back. Looks like they're going to go for some air game here now. Throws it out of bounds. Nice play there by Swartz as he is under a lot of pressure and just threw it out of bounds to not take the sack. Good senior play there by Swartz as he heaves it out of bounds.
Flag on the play.
Thomas on the pursuit. Penalty flag on the
roughing
play.
the passer. Wow.
Grounding. Roughing the
potential
passer.
grounding. I'm sorry.
Grounding is the call against
That was a
Washington.
very delayed call. The Prexies were just about to huddle up. I'd
Looked
say that
like
was
there was a lot of
15-second.
guys over there, too, on the Washington side that were potential receivers, and he just threw it over their head. Definitely was throwing it out of bounds, but quite an intentional grounding. Now we got another penalty. Could be an unsportsmanlike now on the bench over there. They're going to push it back, way back now.
Last year, a great portion of the offensive yards for the Prexies were in the air. And to only have 98 yards in the first half passing, they didn't really need to go to the air.
Exactly.
But Swartz may pad his stats now a little bit on the.
Well, there's two penalties there. That was an unsportsmanlike conduct and a intentional grounding. So that pushed the ball all the way back to the. Let's see. I don't think they haven't pushed it back.
Looks like they just took one.
To the 21-yard line. They didn't push the second one back yet, I don't think.
3rd down and 24.
3rd down and 24 from the 21-yard line. Can the Mustangs get off the field here, Rick?
Well, the Prexy starters are still on the field.
Hand up the middle. Good open field tackle there. I think that was
7.
Gallagher on the tackle, maybe Thomas. That's 4th down, and do we see the punter for Washington? They're going to call timeout or another injury. Yeah, it is an injury. Limping off the field there, probably with a cramp. There's number 77 for Washington.
32-yard line.
Zakai Marshall. They still haven't brought the punt team out, Rick.
7-yard line.
They're going to start the clock, and are they going to punt? Looks like they might.
About
is that
substitutions?
Swartz is a punter, looks
4,
like.
6, 8, 9, 10.
Swartz in the first punt formation.
Now they have 11.
That is Swartz back to punt. Hey, that's a nice punt out down the right side to the 40-yard line. Picked up there by Mustang return man, and he's not going to have anywhere to go.
Cook on the return.
That's Keandre Cook on the return, and he gets 0 on the return, but gives the Mustangs the ball for their first possession of the second half at the 37-yard line. So the Mustangs do stop Washington on their first possession. The beneficiary of a couple penalties there by Washington to assist them getting off the field, but they'll take it and now have the offensive possession at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Laurel Highlands.
You said they needed a stop. We'll take them any way we can get them right now.
Jet sweep now. This is Slater. He's trying to cut it back up and does. Gets through some defenders and slices his way out near midfield. So a nice run there by Robbie Slater as he made tacklers miss and got out to the 49-yard line for a gain of 13 on the play.
Laurel Highlands, first down.
Quickly they come again, and this time it's going to be Gallagher. He's going to cut it up, has some speed. And now we're going to have a flag on the play. Let's see what happened here. That's going to be against Laurel Highlands, I think, as another injury. Looked like a crackback block by a Mustang offensive player, and that's going to be a penalty on the Mustangs, no doubt here. That was a first down run by Gallagher, who got it all the way down to the 40-yard line, but trying to pick up that defender.
I think that crackback was by number 20, if that's what it is. But also, Gary, he was walking away from the play.
Did not need to make that block. The running back was already by that defender.
Looks now it's a cramp. Face mask?
He pulled a pad.
I think that's number 77, Marshall. He's had a couple cramps.
The penalty was pulled a pad.
I think the penalty was on Mustangs Bosley.
Burgundy Impala.
I'm surprised that he didn't get an unsportsmanlike because he clapped as he walked away from Marshall.
It is blocking quite a few cars. We need to have it moved, please.
So they're dealing with the cramp on the field with 9:27 to go. That's going to eliminate a nice run there by Gallagher. The second big play by Gallagher that's been called back, first on an out-of-bounds play and second on this penalty. That's going to push it back 10 yards, going to make it 1st and 20 all the way. Well, they're going to make that 15 yards. That was a major penalty all the way back to the 34-yard line. So that's going to be 1st and 25. Again, the Mustangs playing behind the sticks.
Gary, I don't see Asbury anywhere on the sideline. I didn't really see him in the first half.
Crackback block.
That's a big loss for the Prexies.
15 yards, moves the football back to the Laurel Highlands 34-yard
So
line.
now at the 34-yard line, what looked like two nice plays for the Mustangs, 2 first down runs,
Makes it first down and
results
25.
in a 1st down and 25. Now we're going to have a sweep to the right, nowhere to go this time for Slater, and he's going to be hit for another loss. That's going to be back to the 30-yard line, so that's a loss of 4 on that play.
On the carry.
Makes it
dropped by Dunn.
2nd down and 29. The Mustangs trying to get some kind of offense going here with 9:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. They did stop the Prexies on their first possession here in the second half, so it still remains 34-7. Over the middle pass, too high. Livingston left-handed it, intended for Robbie Slater at about the 44-yard line. Too high, incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 29.
Well, there's a reason why it was too high, because Christopher was getting crushed by Chase Mitchell, number 55, the offensive lineman. He just unloaded the ball before he got fumbled it or took a sack.
3rd down and 29, ball at the Mustang 30-yard line. There's a pass over the middle, looks like a middle screen, trying to hit the run back Burchak over the middle, and he can't handle it. So that's incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 29.
Izzy to punt.
Into punt for the Mustangs is Izzy. And set to have good field position again are the Washington Prexies, with 8:46 to go now here in the 3rd.
Back, it looks like, is Patterson.
Good snap. Ezzy gets it away, but it's a tail dragger and a short punt, and that's going to be reverse. It's going to go backwards, and the Mustangs need to stop it. That's going to be
Holy
a
mackerel.
9-yard punt.
Is
Make it 10. That ball just had a tail dragger to it. As soon as it hit, it bounced backwards to the Mustangs line of scrimmage, and will give Washington the ball at the 40-yard line.
It's a high punt. It wasn't a great punt. It wasn't deep enough. But then it didn't help that it spun back 8 yards.
So on for the Washington Prexies. Looks like they still have the first team offense in there. Schwartz will come out of the shotgun. Slots to both sides. Personal protector to his right. That's going to be a delay of game call now. Washington very late coming out of the huddle and the change of possession, so that's a delay of game by Washington. That's going to push it back 5 yards.
I was not watching the back judge to see if he signaled.
He did. So now makes it 1st and 15, pushes it back to the 45-yard line.
1st and 15 for Washington.
Prexies would like to score and get this in the modified timekeeping and get this over with.
Back goes Schwartz, looking over the middle. Now throws it deep. That's way overthrown this time. Running down the left sideline, looked like number 26 in there now for the Prexies, intended for Patterson, Brandon Patterson.
Incomplete.
Step for step down the sideline there was the Mustang defender. And that was, I believe,
Slater on the coverage.
Keandre Cook.
For a guy that has two 2,000-yard seasons, having 98 yards in the first half doesn't seem normal.
8:25, clock stopped on the incomplete. There's a high snap, but the tall Schwartz able to pick it up. Now he's going to step out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, so a nice carry of about 10 yards. Going to be 3rd down and 5.
Gain of 10 on the play. 3rd down, 5. Football now spotted on
ball
the
now at the 35-yard line. Schwartz took that high snap and just decided to take it around the left side. Had some room and smartly steps out of bounds without taking a hit.
He is a good quarterback. He tends to throw his passes a little high, but
very smart, though. He's done a lot of good things. Now he fakes a pitch and takes it himself. He's got open field, makes people miss, cuts it back at the 10. He'll take it in for the touchdown from the 35-yard line. Run by Schwartz for the Washington touchdown at the 8:09 mark of the 3rd quarter. That's going to make it 40-7 with the opportunity for the extra point upcoming.
It's his 4th rushing touchdown. Puts him over 100 yards rushing for the night.
35-yard run.
Kind of strange if a kid like that has that many yards passing in his career has more yards running tonight.
But he'll take it, no doubt about it. And whatever they need to do, they're doing. And I think they're going to go for 2 here to try to get to that 35-point deficit for the Mustangs. They've been successful on 1 2-point conversion. See what happens this time. Slant pattern over the middle, knocked away. So the Mustangs do make it incomplete on the extra point.
Defended by Brumfield.
Brumfield with the defense, and that will keep it at 40-7 with 8:09 to go. Washington on top. We'll be right back on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The score is the Mustangs 7, Washington 40.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank. At your service.
Back once again here at Mustang Field. Beautiful night here at Mustang Field. Nice crowd. Both bands having a great performance at halftime. Washington in control, 40-7. Teeing it up once again is Cohen for Washington. Deep for the Mustangs, you have Slater, Cook, and Gallagher. Here's the run-up. The slow roller, and that's going to go out of bounds again, and that's going to give the Mustangs the ball at the 35-yard line. So
penalty flag on the play.
If there's one thing that you don't like about the Washington performance here tonight, it's been the kickoffs. But I'm sure Coach Bosnick will be working on that, and they just haven't been real efficient with the kickoffs, that's for sure.
They're going to have to tighten that up because some other teams like Charleroi are not going to. They're going to take advantage of that.
I think Colasar might make them move it back 5 yards and kick it again.
5-yard penalty.
I think that's what he's going to do. So let's see how that works out. They would have had the ball at the 35-yard line, but now they're going to move it back 5 yards and make them kick it again.
Will now take place from the 35-yard line.
And another cramp across the way there by a Washington player. He's on the field at the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. That's been a common appearance here.
Of course, the temperature is about 62 degrees. It is extremely comfortable here.
First game of the year. Need to work on that conditioning a little bit, and more stretching, some more Gatorade. .805 to go here in the third. Washington with the first score of the second half. 35-yard run by Swartz. They'll tee it up here again.
Cohen will kick.
How about an onside kick, Rick? Do you think?
Well,
so he kicks it deep, and that's going to be back at the 21. Does he get back? Yes. Well, they're past the 35, so they gained about 4 yards on that penalty. Maybe they're going to give him at the 40, so 5 yards they gained. So I guess it was worthwhile.
Well, Cohen does that straight-on kicking. I can't see his shoe very well, but he has a rounded toe, and he kicks it straight.
That's tough to do.
Ball to the 40-yard line. First down 10, Laurel Highlands in possession.
Christopher with twin receivers to the right, slot receiver to the left, and wide receiver to the left. Now we have too many people in motion. There's about 3 people in motion that time. Easy call.
Delivering indicated procedure.
Bosley jumped on that.
Highlands, 2 men moving at the same time.
I'm sure this week Coach Colasar is going to be trying to tighten up these things, get rid of these penalties, get everyone on the same page, and try to have a more cohesive attack. It's going to be Christopher up the middle by himself, and he's going to be drugged back there by number 77. I believe that was Marshall.
Gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
By Marshall.
Gain of 5, back to the original line of scrimmage, as you said, Rick. Second and 10.
Mustangs from their own 40.
That keeps the clock running at 7:36 to go here in the third. Pass out into the flat. There's some blocking out there. And close to the first down marker. I'm trying to pick up who that was. Was that Slater?
He got the cramp. He just got a cramp.
Whoever it is got a cramp, but let's see who that was.
No, that was Gallagher.
Gallagher.
On the run and catch, gets out of bounds inside Washington territory. First down Mustangs. They're going to mark it just short. 1 yard short. 3rd and 1. Gain of 9 on the play by Gallagher. Christopher now will take it up the middle. He'll have the first down and more. Inside the 45 to the 43. Needed 1, got 6. Give him 7 on that carry. So Christopher picking up a couple of good runs in this drive. Mustangs in the hurry-up offense now. No huddle. We're going to have another timeout.
called by
Timeout, Washington.
Washington calls another timeout. They'll use the timeout. They weren't ready as the Mustangs came to the line quickly. Might have been another cramp. So with that timeout, we'll take a timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Step aside, Gary Frankhauser, along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay. It's Washington 40, Laurel Highlands 7.
Laurel Highlands puts the ball in play at
First and 10 at the Washington 44-yard line. First and 10. Official signals ready to play. Gallagher in motion. They hand it to him. He cuts it up. Now cuts it back out. Uses his speed up the field quickly. Wow, good run there by Rodney Gallagher inside the 30-yard line to the 29-yard line. Pickup of
looks like 15.
15 on that play. Gallagher showing some nifty moves.
That play was possible because of the block of Parker Georgiana.
There's Christopher now trying to plow his way ahead, and he'll get a couple on first down, maybe give him 2 or 3.
Stopped by most of the defensive front.
Checking in now for the Mustangs. Chanel Thomas, he'll go wide left.
3 on the play,
second and 7.
It's a quick no-huddle offense.
This is Thomas now. He'll get an opportunity, and he's going to be drugged down from behind, and he's going to lose a half a yard.
Thomas on the carry.
He needed to set that block. There was a blocker out in front of him, and he ran past. The blocker was number 20, Bosley.
So we got third down and 7.
On the play, third down 7. Ball on the
big play here for the Mustangs. I think the Mustangs are going to have to call a timeout here. They don't have the personnel out there. Now the Mustangs will call timeout. Little confusion on the substitutions coming in and out. Another timeout. 6:11 to go. Both teams using a timeout here in the third quarter. Timeout Mustangs. We'll be back. The score remains Washington 40, Laurel Highlands 7 on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Greensburg-Salem 3. Waynesburg.
The key to success in life is teamwork. On and off the field, in the workplace, in the home, in our schools. Teamwork gets it done. The world of competitive sports offers many good things, the most important of which is teamwork. Individual talent may win a few games, but teamwork wins championships. Go team! Go Laurel Highlands Mustangs! This positive message has been brought to you and paid for by Jason Scott.
Mustangs with a big play here. Third down and 7 at the 27-yard line of Washington. A little bit of a sustained drive. Here's a pass out here in the flat.
Little bubble
and
screen.
that is Izzy, and he's going to be short of the first down inside the 25 to about the 24. So it's going to be 4th down and 4.
On the play by Sharnick.
Number 25. Allen out there for Washington.
On the play.
Quickly to the line, 4th down and 4. Try to go deep down the right side. A man open, knocked away as it was slightly underthrown.
Looked like
Patterson for Gallagher.
Intended for Gallagher down the right side. Had him open, but just underthrew it on 4th down. Broken up there by Robinson, and that's going to turn it over on downs.
That was a very athletic play by Robinson. I thought for sure Gallagher was going to put 6 on the board.
Just a little bit longer with that throw, and I think you're right, Rick. He would have had it, but it just slightly underthrown. Gallagher had to wait for it slightly.
I have to say, overall, looking at Tyler Christopher's play today as quarterback, considering he didn't play quarterback before, I'd say he did decently.
I think he's got some potential, no doubt about that.
He got a pretty good arm, and he's making making good decisions.
So Swartz still in there, quarterback. They got all kind of people spread out. Now they're going to go deep, and he's open. And it's a catch there out by the 48-yard line. Deep pass there. Caught by...
Complete to...
Trying to pick up that number. I think it's Jackson.
Number 2.
Yeah, Caleb Jackson coming in with a long pass down the right side. Izzy with the hit, but it was too late after the catch was made inside Mustang territory at the 45.
Ball spotted on the Laurel Highlands 45-yard line.
1st and 10.
Christian Burchak was playing center field. He just couldn't get over to that sideline to knock it down.
Washington certainly not sitting on the lead. There's a screen pass out here to the left. And just slipping down at about the 40-yard line. That's number 3 again. Griffin on the
screen pass.
On the swing pass brought down by Thomas.
2nd down.
Gain of 5.
6.
Give it 4. 2nd and 6.
Now resting on the Laurel Highlands 41-yard line.
Clock running now with 4:44 to go here in the third. Washington in no hurry to get up to the line. Power formation now for Washington. Bunch of receivers to the right side. They swing around the right side to number 1, and he's going to break it loose inside. He's going to cut back. That's Robinson. He got all kind of moves, Rick. He's going to take it, run it about 75 yards around the right side, down to the 30-yard line, cuts it back to the left side, leaves all the Mustangs on the right side of the field, takes it in from the 40-yard line, from the 41-yard line. Robinson, 41-yard run, touchdown.
Second touchdown.
Washington, 4:13 to go here in the third, and that makes it 46-7. On for the kick now, I would imagine.
Nope, we're going for 2. Oh, no, they're going to kick.
I was going to say, going for 2 is not necessary here.
No, it's a little piling on if you're Washington, but
we've have seen it before.
Alternative score timing for the rest of the game now, as Cohen will come in and try this extra point with 4:13 to go. And now it's a fake or a bad snap, and Cohen will throw it deep, has a man open. He caught it. Wow. Unbelievable. A 2-point conversion after a bad snap. Cohen rolls to his left, throws it out to the right side, clear in the right corner of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So after the 41-yard run by Zamir Robinson at the 4:13 mark of the third quarter, it's now Washington 48, Laurel Highlands 7. 2 touchdowns in the second half by Washington now have them out by more than 35 points. We'll have the alternative timing now for the rest of the game, but we still have 4:13 to go here in the third. Back to you, Brian.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
This reminder, the Mustangs will
We're
be
back,
home
Rick,
again
and
next
you were
Friday
mentioning to
night
me off the air we have University Prep next
we
week
host
here at home.
University High School.
And then we head to McKees Rocks to go to
Montour.
Montour.
Little ride up 51.
Well, we have a couple rides this year. We're going to be at West Mifflin.
Kickoff is at
Greensburg
7 p.m.
Salem's here at home. At West Mifflin,
Be
Ringgold
here.
at home. Then we go to TJ. We have a lot of trips down 51, it looks like. And then we're going to head up to Indiana, PA.
Well,
and wrap it up with Trinity.
so with 4:13 to go here in the third, the Prexies will tee it up again, and you got to wonder if Cohen might be getting a little tired of that kicking leg. He's getting a lot of practice. This is going to come down at about the 26-yard line. On the run, quickly through the middle. Good return. Is that Slater again? It is. He's been a spark for the Mustangs. Slater has shown some real ability and burst of speed on those returns and on those jet sweeps. So
he also
looking for a spark for the Mustangs. I think Slater's been that guy tonight.
He's also been able to cut back across the grain, whether it's on kickoffs or on that jet sweep, and pick up some extra yardage that way.
So the clock will continue to run here now, Rick. So Christopher brings him out. Izzy will be wide to the near side. They're going to hand it off and fake it, and Christopher's going to keep it, and he has nowhere to go in the middle of that Washington defense as they bottle up that fake of the jet sweep run by Christopher up the middle.
Took a little long there for that to develop and for him to make a decision, and gave them time to clog up the middle if he decided to run.
That's one of those plays where you really have to hold your blocks if you're the offensive lineman. Now we're going to try around the outside again this time. Ducking through, Thomas making a nice run. Wow, breaking tackles, getting inside the 40-yard line. So give Thomas a lot of credit.
That's 16 yards.
No give up by him. He's out there running hard.
Gain of 14 on the play. That's good enough for Laurel Highlands. First down.
2:33 to go here in the third. Clock running now. Christopher. Now what do we got? Timeout. Washington. Wow. Why would you need a timeout, Rick? You're up 48-7. Take the penalty. Wow.
Your attention, please.
They didn't have some substitutions coming in and out. We're going to keep it here.
And if
a quick timeout, I'd imagine.
If you gave up a touchdown, you get the ball back.
Exactly. So they only have one left. That's a good thing. Washington with 2 timeouts left, and give them a chance to talk about this play. They knew what they were going to run, but Washington did not have the right personnel out there on defense, or somebody forgot to go out there on defense, I think.
Well, that's why this week 0 game can be good. You've practiced with each other enough. You can make mistakes, and it doesn't affect your conference play.
So now this is Christopher again holding on to it, and he's going to be in a scrum at about the 32-yard line. Nobody's gone down yet. They're still pushing it forward. No whistle. Now we have a whistle. Rugby game broke out, Rick.
Again, I think Christopher takes a little long to decide if he's going to hand the ball off or go up the middle, and the runner on the jet sweep was confused.
Second down and 3.
This is an inside handoff now, and I think that's Thomas again, trying to pick up the number.
Thomas on the carry.
It was Thomas. He's going to get some carries here late in the game, brought down by
about 7 yards.
Washington defense at the 15-yard line. First down Mustangs at the 25-yard line. Still in the third quarter, 1:36 to go.
And the Prexies still have their first string in.
This is Thomas. He's going to be hitting the backfield this time, but breaks a tackle, goes around right side, still on his feet, maintaining his balance beautifully, and he's down to about the 15-yard line. Might have another first down, Rick.
I think he does.
He's getting some work here. Might be some second-team defenders in there for Washington. But still,
the first down.
First down.
Robinson's still in there. I can't see the other numbers, but
this is Thomas now. No, Christopher kept it. He's going around the left end. Has a chance to get it to the corner, but gets it down to about the 6-yard line. Tackle out there.
Close to another
Cohen
first
on the
down.
tackle, but at about the 5 or 6 yard line. Another first down, first and goal.
And that's good enough for Laurel Highlands. First down.
First and goal with the 5. Jet sweep, try to cut it up in for the touchdown is Slater. Good for him. Slater from 5 yards out for the touchdown. That should stop the clock, I think. A touchdown stops the clock. But it's not stopping. So with 12 seconds and running, Slater goes in from 5 yards out to get the Mustangs on the board once again, making it 48-13. Kick to come. Kick is up, and it is good. So Layton 2 for 2 on extra points. 48-14 as the third quarter ends. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action on the South Union Township Sports Network.
The Mustangs 14.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Wait. Go ahead.
Welcome back. The team's changed field. Caught me off guard there, Rick. I thought they're kicking the wrong way, but the quarter did end, and the Mustangs would now be kicking right to left as Layton will kick it deep for the Mustangs. Getting on the board on that 5-yard run. Nice run by Robbie Slater.
Well,
what's his stats, Rick Slater?
Slater has 4 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown and 19 yards receiving.
So as we said, nice spark there by Robbie Slater. Here's a kick deep. Nice kick. Takes it down to about the 11-yard line. They head for the Prexy return man, and he's going to be brought down maybe at the 35-yard line. Got through a few tackles. Finally brought down there at the 35-yard line in there on the tackle. Bosley and
Bosley was one of them. I watched him. He got hit on the initial rundown, and then he got up and he got whacked 3 more times and then still ended up on the tackle. Never gave up on the play.
Ball spotted at the Washington 35-yard line. First down and 10.
So let's see if the Prexies have their... I see some offensive linemen for the Prexies that are first team.
Yep.
Number 78, he's not.
That's not, I don't think, that's still Swartz?
Yeah.
Cohen's still out there.
Yeah, Swartz
Robinson's
is still in at quarterback. Fake the handoff, pitch out to the side. That was a backward pass and good open field tackle, but a good gain also on the play by number 26 for Washington. That's Patterson, Brandon Patterson on the pass, good for 6 yards.
So here's that passing attack that I was talking about that Swartz has.
And
of course, Swartz is a former Laurel Highlands student.
No, well, his brother was. He was in junior high here, but he never actually went to high school.
Oh no, but I mean he was a Laurel Highlands student.
Yes.
And he and Tyler Christopher were buddies and played on the same
That's
baseball
exactly
team.
right.
His dad told
You're
me.
exactly right.
So there's a Uniontown connection there.
Absolutely. There's a run to the right side. Good dip in and out to the outside. Out of bounds now at the 48-yard line. Good run there by number 3. That's Ledbetter.
Out of bounds.
No, that's Mario Griffin.
I'm sorry, Mario Griffin. You're right.
Washington has the ball. First down and 10.
Nice 14-yard run for Griffin. That's his second carry.
into Mustang territory quickly.
That was a good open field tackle there. Brought him down by the shoulder pads, but still got him down.
They spread it out. Washington looking to try to work on that passing attack, and they take their last timeout, Rick. Wow. Washington timeout. 9:22 to go. It's 48-14. Washington on top. They're still working on their offense, and we'll be right back after these messages on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Turn to the experts. Fayette Furnace Company Incorporated, serving the Tri-County area since 1920. The area's oldest and most reliable heating and cooling contractor, specializing in Carrier equipment. Employee owned and operated, choosing Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier not only gives you over 200 years of experience, but gives you the experts to help you solve your home's comfort needs. Call Fayette Furnace Company and Carrier to solve your home comfort needs today. Call 724-438-5400 or look up Fayette Furnace Company on the web at FayetteFurnaceCompany.com. Turn to the experts, almost 100 years of serving the Tri-County area. For more information, call Mike at 724-438-5400. That's 724-438-5400 for Fayette Furnace Company.
Here we go. Washington back out on the field after the timeout. 9:22 to go here in the fourth. 1st and 10 for Washington at the Mustang 48-yard line.
The play resumes. Washington 1st and 10 from the Laurel Highlands 48.
Swartz in the deep. Oh, he's up under center with the I backfield. Now we have illegal motion on the backfield of Washington.
Penalty flag on the play. Illegal procedure to call.
And that's on Cohen.
And Coach Bosnick can't,
No,
he's going to be happy with this victory, no doubt. They've dominated the Mustangs, but he's going to look at this film and see a lot of things that could be cleaned up on their side of the ball, too.
Yeah,
which is not unusual for the first game of the year.
You know, and I'm looking at the roster and I'm looking at the starters that are still in the game, you know, and I look across the sidelines. They're a 2A school. They just don't have the depth of players
they maybe
that the
only
Mustangs
have 30,
do.
35 kids on the team, and probably a lot of them are underclassmen that have never played.
Freshmen and sophomores.
Exactly.
When I look at the numbers on the sideline.
So underneath center now, they're going to go power off tackle left, and he's through the point of attack for a quick 10 yards.
Griffin on the carry.
And that was Griffin for 10.
Well, Griffin's a sophomore. They're giving him some time. Before that, Levy was the running back. We had 75 yards, but it looks like now that Griffin, the underclassman, is getting some time.
Might be looking at totally a power game here now with Griffin again, same play, and the Mustangs do have him at the point of attack that time.
22.
Good tackle that time by number 22 for the Mustangs. That's Max Rockwell.
Griffin again dropped by Rockwell. Gain of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 4.
Well, they have the front line to run a power game.
The Laurel Highlands 43-yard line.
3rd and 4. Approaching the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter on a running clock. I'd be surprised if Swartz fakes the handoff, or inside handoff to the fullback, and again the Mustangs are there at the point of attack. Nice tackle that time. Looked like Thomas in there, also number 61 for the Mustangs.
Amari Miller on the carry.
That was number 24, Amari Miller.
James Price
carrying the ball.
Mustangs.
On the tackle. 4th down and 2.
Fourth down and 2 for Washington.
I'm sure if they wanted to, Swartz could just do the old quarterback sneak again for the first down. They're trying to draw them off, and they do. Wow. That's exactly what they were trying to do. You got to be aware. And gets the offside call for the first down.
Laurel Highlands, 5 yards.
That has to be discussion in the defensive huddle. Is
watch for the hard count. Look at the ball. You're right there in front of the ball. You don't need to jump.
Down, 10 yards.
This is a veteran.
Things you need to work on.
This is a veteran quarterback. This isn't the first hard count he ever used.
Exactly. First and 10 now at the 35-yard line. Looking for a blitz. Here's the sprint out to the left, sweep, and this is Griffin again. He's going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line.
Pickup of 5.
Another 5 yards for Griffin. 6:30 to go on a running clock.
Griffin already has 37 yards on 5 carries.
Gain of
second down and 5.
Second down and 5. Ball spotted on the Laurel Highlands 30-yard line.
Thomas getting some attention on the Mustang bench there. Maybe he had a cramp.
The backup quarterback, it looks like, would be Asa Charnick if he decides to do that. But beginning of the season, I'm sure that Swartz would like to get all the yards he can get.
Well, they may not put it in the air again now, though. And we got a motion call against Washington.
Yeah, I think Coach Bosnick's going to have a whole bunch of things to talk about.
They'll move it back 5 yards and make it 2nd and 10.
Washington.
Looks like some substitutions for the Mustangs.
Laurel Highlands 35-yard line.
Coming in is number 73, Dante Dews.
So some underclassmen getting some opportunities for the Mustangs too. Hand off inside the fullback. Getting a call up the middle there was number 24.
24 is Miller.
Amari Miller.
On the carry.
He's a junior. 3rd and 5.
Brought down by Huey.
Picked up a couple yards.
3rd down and 5.
I don't have any room on my score sheet, Gary, for substitution. So if he could just keep it to this, I'd be...
We're under 4.5 minutes at 4:27 to go. Clock continues to run. And Swartz continues to hand it off deep in the backfield. There's a good play in the backfield that time. Slicing through there and making a beautiful tackle for a loss is number 65 for the Mustangs. That's Aaron Huey. Beat his block at the point of attack. Makes the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Loss of 3 on
4th down and 7.
4th down and 8.
Let's see if Swartz puts it in the air here, Rick. Kind of doubt it, but we'll see. It could be a fake and a pass into the end zone. He's trying to draw him off again. He's trying. Can the Mustangs hold their water? They do. Here's a pitch out to the left and cutting it up, getting close to the first down. I think he got it. Oh, maybe not. Depends on the spot.
Griffin on the carry.
They say no. It's going to be a change of possession back to the Mustangs. So give him
7.5.
7.5 out of that.
And Roseburg.
And the Mustangs will take over with 3 minutes to go. Clock continues to run.
Laurel Highlands will take over on downs.
Well, they're giving Griffin and Miller some experience carrying the ball.
31-yard line, or 26-yard line.
Christopher ready to go for the Mustangs, but the Washington defense isn't ready. Here's a handoff, I think that's Slater.
That's Robbie Slater.
Robbie Slater getting another nice gain out to the 34-yard line, gain of 8.
Gain of 8 on the play. Stopped by Atkins.
Another run off the side. Good open field tackle there.
25.
Slater again on the run.
Stop by Allen.
Stop by Allen, number 25.
Gain of a yard.
Third and one.
Third down and one.
Let's see what.
Spotted on the 35-yard line.
It's cut up for the first down and cutting it to the outside and more. Turning on the Jets. Pick up the number on that
7.
one. That's Thomas. So he's done a yeoman's job here in the second half. Thomas with a lot of carries here in the second half. That was about a
30-yard run.
30-yard run.
30-yard run. Good enough for Laurel Highlands. First down.
1:40 to go now here in the fourth. Mustangs trying to get a late touchdown here. Hand it off inside, and again, that's Thomas. He's going to get about 5 on that carry.
There's another cramp down on the field, and lineman's down.
Yep.
No, that looks like number 7. Is it 7 or 77? Is that Tyrell Dunn?
Right there.
And to pick up the number.
Well, it doesn't look like 77 is a 300-pound lineman.
That's not him. Those cramps are no fun, but it's been a
Don't forget
prevailing issue here throughout the game. With 1:25 to go here, Mustangs with an opportunity for a few more plays.
Kickoff is 10 a.m. in Washington.
Washington will pick up a win here in week 0. Mustangs will go 0-1. And although, as you said, Rick, this does not count in the conference standings, it still would be an issue with regard to any playoff seedings down the line, if that would be the case for Washington.
Please make a note.
7.
Kickoff is 7 p.m.
Number 7, Gary. Number 7.
That's number 7. He still got the cramp. Levy. And he just gets to the sideline and hits the deck. Clock will start with 1:25 to go. They don't want to. There we go. Now the clock starts. Handoff around the left side. Who's this with the run? Get out of bounds, but it's not going to stop the clock. That is number 27 for the Mustangs. And that is Ryan.
Pyro on the carry.
Ryan Pyro.
Run out of bounds, but not before he gets a Mustang. First down.
Inside the 25. And it's going to be a tackle in the backfield this time. That's Thomas. He's wrapped up.
Thomas on the carry.
We're down to 50 seconds to go. Second down and 9. Ball's at the 23-yard line. Mustangs trying to hurry up.
Second down, 9. Ball on the Washington 31.
Here comes Slater around the right side. He's going to cut it up. Now he needs to cut it back outside. Down to the 10. Inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Slater on the carry. That's going to be a 16-yard run by Robbie Slater. Gets it down to about the 8-yard line. 20 seconds to go.
First down.
Martin are trying to push it in here late around the left side. Good block on the corner. There's a flag, and he gets it down to the 1-yard line. And time's going to run out. They do stop the clock for the penalty. Block in the back against the Mustangs. That's going to push it back with 9 seconds to go. And I don't believe they're going to get another playoff. So they're going to push it back. The run was down to the 1-yard line, but the penalty occurred at about the 8-yard line. So they're going to push it back. Timeout called by Laurel Highlands. So they're going to try one more play here, Rick.
Timeout, Laurel Highlands.
Give them credit
for stopping the clock.
Keeping it going.
That's the only way they can do it.
Yep. So the ball's all the way out to the 23-yard line with 9 seconds to go. They do have one more timeout, so they might be able to get 2 plays in. Just figure they got to go into the end zone at this point. Christopher, straight back, throws it into the end zone, has a man open, and caught for the touchdown. Wow, that's Robbie Slater.
Robbie
He juggled it.
From the 23-yard line, nobody picked him up down the left side. Touchdown. 23-yard touchdown to Robbie Slater with 2.6 seconds to go.
He juggled it.
He juggled it, but pulled it in there at the M on the Mustangs. Left corner of the end zone to our left.
Layton for the extra
and
point.
Layton will be on for the extra point to try to make it a 48-21 game. Snap's good. Kick is up. Kick is good. It's 48-21. Slater,
Washington 48.
player of the game for the Mustangs, no doubt about that. And give Christopher credit there too. A nice pass down the left-hand sideline for the Mustang touchdown. And that makes it 48-21. Prexies on top of the Mustangs will be back with the final play, that being the kickoff by the Mustangs here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety. For colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies, painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruth Hart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
Zachary Layton to kick off for Laurel Highlands.
Good.
We're back on the South Union Township Sports Network. Finishing things up here, kind of a matter of fact, 2.6 seconds to go, and the clock will start as soon as it's touched by a Washington player. So this should be the last play of the game. They're going to kick it off, and let's see what happens here. Layton will try a little pooch kick, and that's going to be caught at about the 30-yard line, and he'll step down, and that's going to do it. Washington picks up the victory, 48-21 over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank, Jerry Dupay on the camera. We'll be right back to wrap things up here on the South Union Township Sports Network and WMBS.
Please drive safely on your way home.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
In any endeavor, experience is probably the most important factor, but it's got to be the right kind of experience. Experience in the community where the case is tried, where the jurors live, where the judges work. We've been doing this since 1976 at Davis and Davis. That's a long time.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Welcome back here to Mustang Field on WMBS, the Trib Live Sports Network, and the South Union Township Sports Network. Gary Frankhauser, Rick Frank, and Jerry Dupay with the post-game statistics here from Mustang Field. It's the Mustangs going down to the Washington Prexies 48-21, and with the running clock in the half of the third quarter and all of the fourth quarter, the Mustangs did put up two late touchdowns to make it closer at 48-21, but it was pretty much dominated by Washington throughout. The Mustangs did score first in the first quarter on a 56-yard pass from Tyler Christopher to Keandre Cook. The Zach Layton kick made it 7-0, but then it was all Washington there from the first half. 4:20 to go, a 5-yard run by Swartz. Cohen kick was good, made it 7-7. Swartz 5-yard run, Cohen kick no good, made it 13-7. A Robinson, who was very dynamic for Washington, a 39-yard run and a Swartz throwback pass for a 2-point conversion made it 21-7 with 9:59 to go in the second. Another 5-yard run by Swartz in the second made it 28-7, and Swartz to Cohen 2-yard pass made it 34-7 at halftime. I'm sorry, there was another 35-yard run in the second quarter, made it 40-7. 34-7, at halftime. In the second half, the first touchdown by Washington was a 35-yard run, a two-point conversion, no good. 35-yard run by Robinson made it 40-7. Robinson again a 41-yard run, 4:13 to go in the third quarter, made it 48-7. The Mustangs scored twice late, both by Robbie Slater at the end of the third, a 5-yard run, and then as the game was ending with 2.6 seconds to go, a 23-yard pass from Tyler Christopher to Robbie Slater. Kick was good, made it 48-21. Rick, the statistics on the Washington side are pretty impressive, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with throughout the season, no doubt.
Yeah, they will be a force in, in 2A. They just churned out a lot of yards. Zach Schwartz had ended up with 167 yards passing, 108 yards on the ground, and he did have a running touchdown, a 35-yard running touchdown. For the Prexies, the two big gainers were Levy had 75 yards. Altogether, the Prexies had 167 yards in the air, 320 yards on the ground, Gary. That shouldn't be a big surprise, for a total of 487 yards. For the Mustangs, Tyler Christopher had 107 yards in the air, 54 on the ground. For the Mustangs, the three real big contributors were Robbie Slater had 39 yards on the ground. He had 42 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. But he also played a big role in a lot of kickoffs and other plays in the game. And Cook had 64 yards receiving and a touchdown. And Chenille Thomas came in the second half, and he was impressive. He had 63 yards on the ground. The Mustangs, 107 yards in the air, 191 on the ground for 298. So when you almost get doubled up, both teams have a lot of things to work on. Both teams are going to be looking at a lot of film this week and
try to clean things up,
absolutely.
No doubt about that. And Coach Bosnick will take this as a good win to start the season, and as we said earlier, look at a lot of things that could be cleaned up, but they will be a team to be reckoned with. And there's some positives on the Mustang side too. They cleaned some things up and tried to get off the field on fourth down, eliminate a key turnover in the first half. They played hard. They ran hard. They have some speed at the skill positions. Christopher showed some good touch on a lot of those passes.
Good decisions, too.
And I think they have shown the ability to move the ball. So I think they have some positives to take away from this game also. So with that, we'll wrap things up here from Mustang Field. Washington with the win, 48-21 over Laurel Highlands. This has been a production of the South Union Township Sports Network along with WMBS. And that will do it on the WMBS side. We'll sign off for Rick Frank and Gary Frankhauser. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring the supervisors of South Union, Bob Schiffmeyer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband Cable, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, Gary Smith, and their staff. This has been Gary Frankhauser along with Rick Frank and Jerry Dupay, starting the 30th season, another South Union Township Sports Network presentation. Good night, everyone.
Bye.